Yeah,
the
hi.
whatchamacallit.
Hey, onto my normal Twitter. But hi, we're here. We're back. Live.
Yo!
Yay! We're
We'll
back.
go drop some stuff over in some Discord.
Drop some stuff.
Welcome to the Dungeons and Dragons podcast /game/
Ooh, I don't know
whatever
how to
you want to call this on Renakai
Yes.
5's Twitch channel here. Hey, we did one kind of podcast episode, so we now qualify.
That is
for
true.
one.
I guess. Yeah. I
did.
was
We
not
did.
there for that.
You were
You
not
were not there
there
for
that.
that one. So anyways, yeah, hi, I'm the Dungeon Master, Ethan, and I'm here with Renakai 5, Brendan, the streamer,
Hello.
who is doing streaming stuff like
Yeah.
Ace Attorney and other games that will be coming in the future, but I don't know what those are.
Ace
So
Attorney 2, and then Ace Attorney 3, and then I don't know what I'm doing after that because I can't decide on anything.
Face attorney.
Base Attorney, the
As much
baseball.
as I would love to play more Ace Attorney games, there are not more easily accessible collections of the mainline series, and Apollo Justice is going to be too hard to pull off. So I don't know what I'm doing with that.
Yep. So I'm here with all the
Attorney.
huge people. At this point, I'm assuming most of you have been watching this. If you haven't, welcome. You can start from episode 1 on Renakai 5 VODs on YouTube, which I found out
Oh,
today,
that's-
Brendan, that trying to search for that on YouTube is a pain in the butt because I slightly misspelled your name, and YouTube was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, it's literally one letter off, YouTube. I forgot the I. It's not that hard. And so yeah.
What are you talking about?
anyways.
Renakai 5 is like on the trending YouTube page. It's
Yeah,
like
of
the
course.
number one
Yeah.
watched YouTube channel of all
all
time.
the time. It's all those sick
It
ass
goes
sponsors that we're getting.
Renakai 5, PewDiePie,
Yep.
and then there's like some
T-Series.
girl in a swimming pool
Yeah.
writing your name on a Sharpie on a giant inflatable donut.
That's right.
As they
I
do,
watched
as they
that.
do.
So yeah, so I'm here with Eric,
Jeez.
Matt, Nick, and Nerdy. So everyone say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
We've done it.
Hello.
We did it. And to get the game going quick today, we'll move over to our sponsorship. So Matt, if you'd like to take us away on those sponsors.
Not actual real sponsorship.
They're not real sponsors. Yes, we should probably
Fake
make that clear.
sponsorships.
They
For
are
legal
fake
reasons,
sponsors.
They
none
are
of these are real.
Until
They are
like, one of the
100%
companies
real.
One of the companies comes back and is like, "You need to stop saying we're sponsoring you. We're not."
They're real. They're real
I
fake.
mean, it's
sponsors.
probably illegal,
These are
honestly.
real fictional sponsors.
No one
These
has
are
any-
all our real
companies
fictional
that
They do
sponsors
not sponsor us.
who
nor
give
know
us
of our
real
existence.
fictional money.
No one
Here we
ever
go.
sponsors us.
Raid
Exactly,
Shadow
dollars.
Legends, Taste the Rainbow,
Oh, Raid.
Surfshark, and NordVPN together again for the first time. Then we have Arby's. Make sure you try out the new Slim Jim Slammer at Arby's. We have
What?
Adam Slim Jim Slammer, guys. Keep up. It's
Great new statement.
My brain processed what that was. I was just taken off by I wasn't ready for that.
Slim
Yeah,
Jim
you
is
guys
dead,
haven't-
boy.
You haven't heard of this one? It's a
Yeah.
bunch of roast beef with like 12 Slim Jims just crammed on top of it with cheese.
God, I
top
hope
of
that's
it,
not real.
They
Actually,
take another Slim Jim, they tie it around so it's like a bundle.
See,
Yes.
I thought what it
Yes.
was is they actually send one of their workers to go over to Big Boy, order a couple of Slim Jim sandwiches, bring it back to Arby's, and then slap some roast beef on it and give it to you.
We can never know the process. None of us are chefs.
No,
Like the great chefs at Arby's.
You guys know that the full name for a Slim Jim is a Slimothy James?
Yeah,
Is that real?
that's
I
real.
didn't know that. Is that
not.
real?
No, it's not.
It's
Carry on.
Slimothy James.
Full of
Well,
crap.
but
I
real
think- I can
Slimothy
believe
James
it's real,
stand up.
honestly, with how old Slim Jims are.
But
They've been around for a long
speaking
time.
Make it trending.
Of
Hashtag
deliciously
Slimothy James.
tasting meat. Speaking of deliciously tasting meat, our another sponsor is Adam and Eve.
Yep.
There we
Adam
go.
and Eve, everybody. Taste the rainbow again. It's a different rainbow. Make sure you use the promo code Nick and Melissa Special Day for a discount price on literally everything that's edible. We're also sponsored by Community Season 7. Boats, the transportation method Boats. Exandria Unlimited. Again, they're asking you to taste the rainbow. I feel like there needs to be some sort of conversation about that. the Critical Role Bakery, the fictional bakery that is Critical Roles, and that they have cakes shaped as D8s and only D8s, as uncool as that might be. Cleo the dog was one of our sponsors from last week. D&D Beyond
Oh my god.
is a
There's the
wonderful
extension
sponsor.
running
They've
right
given us
now?
$8 million. Also,
$0 is more like it. I wish they'd give us
18
$0.
million.
Yeah,
And
Not
we've spent
money.
all we've spent all on various
Ooh,
cheeses.
Evo's going on.
Discovery Channel,
Pee-pee tat.
Shark Week, Disney's Pixar, and their next big Dungeons and Dragons hit, Goblin My Noblin. Finally,
through it.
finally, The Purge. Taste the rainbow, but at this time you'll die. There we go. Those are all
All
our
of our
sponsors.
sponsors, everyone. All
Not
of our
a single one is real.
sponsors.
Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe
Pride
Cleo the
Month
dogs are real.
face the
Well, yeah,
rainbow.
Cleo's probably a real sponsor in all honesty.
Cleo's
Yeah.
probably the only real sponsor because it's a
Donated
dog.
a couple
and she can't
treats.
give us any money.
Literally a dog.
I forgot to do my other little thing. So yeah, if you like what we do, follow us. If you love what we do, subscribe. If you hate what we do, still subscribe. Because then I don't have to do this anymore, and I can just retire with my cat and live on a tropical island and just jerk off every day, and that will be my
That's right.
entire life. So thank you for that.
If you hate this, give us money or we'll keep doing it. It's an ultimatum.
That's the truth.
Threat.
If you think
Right.
this is a detriment to society, give us money, and the detriment will end.
Exactly right.
All right.
Boom.
Spend your sponsorship on cheeses, various cheeses, like we did with
Various
Yeah.
cheeses.
I got
We
I got
gotta stop
18
doing that.
million we got.
Plan on
I got a
retiring.
Gouda aged since the 1900s, the early 1900s, and it's the best Gouda I've ever had.
I
It's no
bought a
Gouda, it's
craft
Gouda.
single. I paid 18 million, my share of 18 million on one craft single, and it
Government
was the
cheese.
greatest
Technically
craft
cannot be
single I've
various
ever had.
cheeses, nerdy, because craft singles are not cheese.
Yes.
They
They're
cannot
cheese
legally
like
call
They
them
are
cheese.
plastic. Is what they are.
They're also delicious.
I've been robbed. I've been robbed.
Now sponsored by the
Oh,
plastic
I
that is
know.
not actually cheese.
All right, got it. Craft
Oh, God.
singles.
There we go.
Which isn't real cheese.
Plastic
Taste the
crap.
rainbow.
Taste the rainbow. Everything's taste the rainbow.
Craft singles also accepted at your local strip joint
There you go.
because they're singles. You just
Craft
throw
Yeah,
out
I was
craft
gonna say
singles.
you actually can do that with craft single for it. They fly pretty well.
Yes. Go to your nearest strip club if you're watching this. People who both go to the strip club and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Probably a large
Bring
demographic.
a handful of craft singles and throw them at the dancers and see exactly
See what happens.
how what happens. I guarantee you
better be prepared
it
to
will
roll
be
for
positive.
initiative. Yeah, you better be prepared to roll for initiative.
Ask
Red
Destiny who her
5 is
favorite-
willing to take all legal ramifications of whatever you do by doing this.
Ask Destiny who her favorite D&D Elyssia player is, and she's gonna tell you it's Sentinel, hands down, every single
Yeah,
time.
that's right.
Hands
Ooh, there's so
down.
many frames.
Hands down. All right, so why don't we go ahead and get ourselves kicked in for tonight, unless someone else has another just
There is
musical
one
thing to-
small thing that I've been slowly doing. I think I'm only up to episode 3 on it, but I have been adding timestamps. I figured it out. So now the
Ooh,
chapter selection
damn.
stuff is all set up for the first couple
Gorgeous.
episodes. It
So what
takes
do
me
you-
a while. So I gotta
What
like
are you
skim through
naming
it.
the chapters?
It's just intro, a recap, and then session starts, and then after break. That's pretty much what it is.
I was hoping you were like dividing the session up into like cool like names or something, but that's
No,
okay.
I'm just doing the
Find your
basic stuff.
favorite moments from the past, whatever how many episodes we have.
I mean, we already have funny names for the videos and funny thumbnails. We don't need to have funny chapter
I was gonna
names.
say if your favorite moments are
fun.
either the intro, the recap, or the session itself, you can pick from the 3.
Right?
All
There
right,
you
so
go.
let's
Nice blocking. How the
Yeah,
session goes.
let's go ahead and recap last session because we've you guys did quite a bit during last session.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So last session, Prince of Farin decided that he was done with his little tour of Elyssia, or to him, Sybil. For him, it was just a little bit too much, a little bit too warlike. some weird stuff. The whole pain thing just wasn't working for him anymore. So he opted to return to his kingdom of a bunch of swooshy sounds that no one could understand. And that is where he went. While the party was traveling along, they ran into another gentleman who seemed to be in trouble. He was under the attack of some bugbears and an ogre. The party got involved in that little battle. Found out his name is Jamie Lee Watts. He is a doctor, and Jamie was a huge help to the party as they were fighting these bugbears. He healed a bunch of them using potions and his medical knowledge, and he was on his way to Bridgetown, where the party was planning to pass through to go to Highwater. So they're like, hey, well, you can tag along with us. Got to know each other a little bit better. All made their way to Highwater, where instead of the town being under the control of the mayor, Barry Silverhand, the town was actually under the control now of the Vanetiers, who is the current king here on the Vanetirian Peninsula. Peninsula being named after the crown. Jayla was asked by one of the guards to go and talk with the princess who was there, Alistair Vanetier, the king's sister, Alma Vanetier, as she was sent here to Bridgetown to deal with the rabble rousing from rioters and whatnot from the eastern side. So the group departed with Jayla. They said their farewells. She gave them a letter stating basically, you're owed an inn when you get to Highwater and to go see a gentleman by the name of Joel Stevenson. From there, you guys were in town when Sentinel was bumped into by a little beast girl who ran into a shop named Restoria's Potions and Other Oddities. You guys decided to check it out, where you met Malik Restoria and a small werewolf girl named Historia. Malik, after some discussion and talks about his potions and wares, you learn that he is developing a serum that might be able to cure lycanthropy, which is the disease that causes werewolfism. And if it spreads and stands for too long, someone kind of loses their mind and they become a nasty, terrible werewolf. So the party was like, okay, cool. Like, we'll help out with that. If you're trying to help these people out, you're gonna give us some potions and stuff. That'll work. But before that, we got to go talk to Gertie Hookslinger, who, if everyone remembers, was the kind of leader or soon-to-be leader of the working class over on the poorer district in Bridgetown. So they made their way across the bridge, talked to her, found out there was a huge riot that happened, and 2 merchant shops were burned down. A few of their workers were killed, but she doesn't quite buy it. With a couple of her people making note that some of the workers didn't actually seem to be people they recognized, and they were wondering if they were plants by whoever is in charge. The party offered to try and get her a meeting with Princess Alma Vanetier, as they knew Jayla had gone to talk with her, and the party is more or less on friendly terms with Jayla. Gertie said she would appreciate it, but the party opted to help Malik first. So they returned back to the potion shop, had a quick dinner with Malik, and they made their way out of Bridgetown into the northern forest where this werewolf tribe that Malik spoke of was. They did a little exploration, and while they were exploring, a just booming sound came charging through, and this huge fallen giant, this deformed large giant, came charging out of the brush, being chased by 3 gorks, one of which Sentinel recognized as a friend of his named Doomlance. And they now face this fallen giant. And as a reminder to everyone, giants in Elyssia have long been extinct. So here we have a fallen giant, which would be the only last remnant of this once proud race. And with that, I'm going to need everyone to roll me initiative to start us off here.
Initiative.
And let me get everyone in the turn tracker.
Well, you certainly don't see one of these every day.
Oh, well, that's super fun.
Oh boy. Oopsies.
Starting off great.
Oh, that's how I feel right now.
Strong.
Rolled a big 7 for my initiative.
I
Wow.
rolled a 6, so I got a 14.
So I guess I don't know what we're fighting here.
I'm actually okay with going less, I think. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, though.
I'm just kind of like, I don't know what's happening.
Okay, hey, I would like to put my number in. Thank you.
No,
No, you're not allowed to.
not
Sorry.
allowed.
I need to put my number in first. Yo, what's with this guitar and why does it jam? I mean, it's just like in the background, not really doing much, but like, you know that guitar player's having fun.
Yeah.
Even though it's
Alright,
probably
Our
not a real
player
guitar.
is that dude.
All right. So,
Actually can't
as
tell
I
if it's
stated
synthetic or
before, this fallen giant has just charged out of the forest. In his right hand is a large kind of club. Almost looks like he took a free root, ripped it right out of the ground, and is currently using that as his main weapon here. However, this first Gorg here is going to go. Who's this one right here? And he is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and he is going to make an attack against this big boy. And he is going to hit him with a great axe. So he kind of comes in with this big axe of his, and he does get a hit. He rolls like absolute trash.
A big
And he
one.
gets a good swing. He just kind of clips the leg of this fallen giant here, and the creature kind of doesn't really even seem that phased by it. It just has this look of like just hatred in its eyes. It is an entity of pure evil at this point. And we are going to move on to you, Arthur.
Do we
so-
know this isn't?
Yeah, that was say, so
Yeah.
from my perspective, Sentinel has not said anything about knowing these Gorgs, correct? So I would
Yes,
have I would not know anything is going on. I wouldn't know whether or not these Gorgs are going to be ones that would take Dorian out in one swing or are possibly friendly. So what I am going to do is what
Fall
Arthur
back.
does best. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get behind this tree, and I'm going to Boganesh and hide.
Give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
You guys would know from legends and stories that fallen giants are an evil entity.
That is going to be a 26 for stealth.
You are definitely hidden, so I'll go ahead and mark you as hidden here.
Okay. And then I would like to hold a attack action of shooting my pistol. And it's going to be... I'm going to aim it at the Fomorian, but I would like to... What would be
What's
my
the
trigger?
stipulation?
Yeah, I was going to say...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna aim it at the Fomorian, and if the Fomorian makes his way closer to the party, so if he breaks this horizontal line, so I'm gonna put a ping right here. If he breaks this horizontal line, so if he gets past this bigger Gorg, I'm gonna open fire on the Fomorian.
Arthur, I believe that's your whole turn movement bonus, and you used
Maybe
held
nothing.
your action. Sentinel, you are next.
All right. I am going to. I can just make it.
Well, you got a
Run right up there, and I turn over to Doom Lance, and I was like, "What are you doing outside of the city?"
Well, now there's a bird that I recognize quite well. Sentinel, it's good to see you. It's been some time, my friend. And I couldn't have asked for a better war party partner at a time like this. Come help me kill this thing with my war band, and we'll drink tonight together.
That sounds great to me.
This is just like the old times.
Yes,
I
another
thought I
hunt.
Another hunt. I thought I recognized you come out of the woods there, Sentinel. Oh, there's only one big bird that I've seen around these parts.
What's happening?
Well, I am that bird, and I will take a swing reckless, and that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Oh, I should rage.
Should you?
Yeah.
Nah.
Technically, you attacked before you raged, so you will
All
have to
right,
do the
I'll
attack
rage
before you go on
afterwards.
rage.
That's fine. That is a 5.
5 damage.
Yep.
All right, so you get You get a peck in on with your beak axe there. Again, just scraping at this thing's feet. It's quite a bit larger than you, Sentinel. Even though you are a large bird, you're probably the biggest in terms of size of the party. But this thing still towers above you.
And then from my rage, a bunch of, again, kind of how we've seen before, all these flowers and vines start to grow up around this guy's feet and all around me, and it makes it a little bit hard to walk.
What is the thing on that there?
15.
15? Yeah, 15 foot radius.
Let me know if you can see that, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Yes.
No.
That is it.
All right, Darian, you are next.
Darian's confused.
Warhorn.
I am also confused.
Well, Darian is gonna look at Arthur, who usually is guns a-blazing, hiding behind a tree. Then he's gonna notice Sentinel talking to a Gorg fellow there, and just go attacking. Very confused. Darian's gonna kind of head over to this tree for some cover, and he's gonna ready an action where, not too sure what's going on yet, but if anything, regardless of if it's the Gorgs or the fallen giant, makes an aggressive move towards either Sentinel or somebody else in the party, I'll let that arrow go to whoever does it.
Anything else for you, Darian?
No, that'll be it.
All right, so this other Gorg in Doomlance's war party is going to go, and he is just going to go right up next to the fallen giant and take a swing. He will hit with a 24.
Jeez.
There's some damage.
A big bone.
Yeah, he is going to do 14 damage to him.
Oh, that's more than 2.
Yep, so the Gorg comes up and splashes a good hit into the fallen giant's leg, and again, it kind of stumbles forward a bit, left out a bit of a gurgling grunt. And Darby, it'll be your turn.
Darby is also very confused and still not sure what's going on. So he's just gonna go 30 feet, duck behind this tree, and then ready in action. Do I use Eldritch Blast? Yeah, we'll just Eldritch Blast for the action. If the fallen giant attacks Sentinel, he'll toss the card.
If he attacks Sentinel specifically.
Specifically Sentinel. I don't know these Gorgs, so I'm not going to protect them.
Okay. So the next is going to be Doomlance here. So he kind of he has obviously he has a lance in his hand, hence the name Doomlance.
Wow,
and he goes,
what an on-the-nose kind of guy, huh?
That was not obvious, but okay.
Are you ready to? Should
Does he
I do
call
what
it the
we did during
Doomlance?
the Great Hunt? The move that we did took down the Sand Beast. You remember the one? Let me do it to this creature.
Yes. The 3, 2, 1.
Good! He charges forward. 10, 20. He jumps up onto your back, Sentinel. I'm gonna move you here by mistake. I'll just do that. That's fine. He jumps up onto your back, Sentinel, and then pole vaults himself up of it, holding his lance like this, and takes a thrust right for the creature's head. Ooh, that will definitely hit him, I believe, unless he has a really bad plus to his.
That man
Nope,
just
that's
jumped off the
definitely a hit.
Sentinel's back.
Dang. So that is going to be. Ooh, that's going to be some big DiMaggio here. Dang. He's going to do 13 damage to the fallen giant as he buries his lance into its forehead, kind of kicks it up a little bit, and then pulls it out just mid jump, and then drops down right by your feet, Sentinel. All right, and that will be his turn, and you've got the fallen giant to contend with. Who is he going to attack of the 4 of you here? He's actually going to attack you, Sentinel. So Darian and Darby, both of you are going to get your reactions here.
Yes. I will get my wonderful Eldritch Blast.
He'll also have advantage since I reckless.
Yep.
Darian will technically go first because his initiative's higher. So.
You said there was advantage on that?
No, for
No,
my
no.
attack.
It's just
The giant has
I was
advantage on
gonna say, I was
Sentinel for
like,
reckless.
That's not how reckless works for me, but I'll take
No.
it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
So
unfortunate.
21 to hit,
That'll hit.
and that'll do 12 damage.
Okay.
4 of which
And you
is
didn't add
psychic.
like Hunter's Mark or favorite foe or anything like that. Okay, perfect.
Nope.
And Darby, what were you doing there?
Just using Eldritch Blast, normal card throw, which
me a
is
roll.
also a 21 to hit, but unfortunately is only a 5 force damage.
All right, so all of a sudden, from behind these trees, an arrow and a card come flying, hit the creature right in its chest. The giant snuggles back a little bit, but it does not stop the force of his axe raining down upon you. Sentinel, he is going to hit, I'm assuming hit you, with a 26.
Yep.
All right, that is going to be 3d8 of damage here.
Yo.
Thankfully, you're
But
taking
it's
half. Yeah.
That is going to be 10 damage to you, Sentinel. And then,
It's not that
Darian,
bad,
I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh,
Interesting.
that is very interesting.
Actually, one sec. Can he even hit you with this, where he is?
Well,
So
I
I'm
got
not sure. Ooh, I think he can.
No.
He can.
17.
Dang.
All right, you will succeed this. So you're going to take 4d8 of psychic damage. Or 3d8 of psychic damage, excuse me.
On a success?
On a success. That is going to be 13 points of damage to you as the creature looks over at you, kind of catches you in the line of the tree there, Darian, and as you kind of see its sight, your eyes meet, and all of a sudden you just feel this horrible like ache in your head, and you have taken this damage. Jamie, you are next.
Ow.
All right. I'm gonna jump down from the tree because I was up
Oh, that's
in
right.
the
You
tree.
were in a tree. I
Yes.
forgot about that.
Like 20 feet up.
So I'm gonna jump down.
Now, Jamie, do you have anything that will give you? How high up in the tree were you?
Oh, I guess I was 20 feet up in the tree.
How
Whatever-
high is
Whatever
the
your
full-
climb speed is, really. I think.
Well, yeah. Well, how high is the tree?
The tree's probably like 30 or 40 feet high.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, then I'll just climb down then. So yeah, so I'll climb down the 20 feet, and then I will move 5, 10 to 30, and then I will bonus action. Oh no, yeah, I'll just action move over here. Boop.
Okay.
Actually, here. Boop. And then I'm gonna use my healing kit to help out Darian. So, 1 second here. One of my healer kits as an action. 1d6 plus 4 plus your maximum amount of hit dice. So I don't know what your maximum amount of hit dice is, but I'm
It should
gonna
be 3
roll
since
It'll be 3
everyone's
'cause we're
level
level
3.
3,
I
yeah.
believe.
Oh,
6. Let's roll that bad boy. We're looking at nice. That is 10 plus 3 is 13.
Wow,
Health back.
perfect.
It brings you back up to full there. That is a nice heal there,
That would be
Jamie.
got the whole thing
perfect
back.
heal.
So I slide. Yeah, I slide over to you because I saw that you just get your head like rock back for some reason. I just slide over and take out some like salves, and I slap it on your face. And I'm just like, don't pass out on me. You're fine.
You got it, Hoss.
Anything
That's
else
it.
for you, Jamie?
No, that's my movement and my action
Alright.
and bonus action.
Perfect. All right, so this Gorg that attacked first is going to attack again. He will hit him definitely with a 21. Another D12 with his great axe. Not great damage again. 6 on it this time.
yeah, that score kind of weak.
Arthur, you're next.
Okay, seeing as how the Gorgs seem to know Sentinel and are not attacking our party and are trying to bring this thing down, Arthur would do what he does best and pop out real quick and take a shot at it.
Okay.
That advantage. Most likely.
You are hidden, so you have advantage on this, but you will lose
Nice.
your hiding.
Oh my god. That's gonna be a 11.
That will miss. Your bullet goes wide.
Okay. I rolled a 2
Kind
and a
of-
5.
Yeah, kind of as that last gore like slashed at its foot again, it kind of stumbled forward a bit, and you were aiming, and your bullet just went a little wide of it from its movement. Anything else for you, Arthur?
I'm gonna move. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just kind of making my rounds around there.
Make your way downtown.
Yeah, make my way downtown. And then I'm going to bonus action dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay.
Gonna stay out of its reach. Or wait, well, does it have? Would I know? Would it be able to? I surmise if it could reach me with its trunk from where I am at.
It's a pretty big trunk. It
Okay.
can probably.
Then I'm
reach
gonna
you.
go 30. Do my full movement there.
Okay. Sentinel, you are next.
All right. Sentinel is going to take kind of one big. He's going to jump up in the air and take one big swoop with his wing and kind of do a little barrel roll over Doomlance and try to take in one fell move, take a slash at him. And that is 17.
That will hit.
Yes.
And that is 13.
Nice damage there. So Sentinels, you kind of do this like barrel flap over your friend. You manage to swing your neck and just clip the thing right in its stomach as you go over Doomlance. And the fallen giant lets out like this kind of like curdling yell. Anything else for you?
That is it.
Our good boy Darian, you are next.
All right, I'm gonna pop out from behind this tree trunk and go for a shot
Go ahead.
for an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and this will have Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. So you will cast Hunter's Mark.
So that'll be
Big boy
wow,
damage.
12, 15, 18 damage.
Nice. You actually get a good shot like right into its neck. As you fire the arrow, it sinks into the fallen giant's neck. It kind of reaches up and swats like what is remaining of the arrow, but you can still see a piece of it jutting out from his throat. Anything else for you, Darian?
I'm not getting their arrow back now. No, that'll do it for me.
All right, so this other Gorg is going to go. He will miss with a 13. Darby,
Come
you're
on,
next.
bud.
Alright, well, I don't know how wise this guy is, but I'm hoping it's not very. As per usual, Darby will flick out a card, roll it around in his hand back and forth a couple times, and then have that wonderful golden jack appear, and he will need a wisdom save of 14.
16.
That will
Duh.
pass, unfortunately.
A little wiser than you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that is definitely a little bit wiser than I thought it would be.
All right,
That's my
anything
turn.
else for you, Darby?
I don't have bonus actions, unfortunately.
All right, so Doomlance is going to go. And again, Sentinel, he's going to like jump on your back and go for a swing across its face. And, ooh, is he actually going to hit him? Just hits him. Ooh. One thing that you guys noticed too, which Sentinel, you'd probably be aware of this because you know him, is that there almost seems to be like a mythic property, almost like a magical property coming from his land.
From the Doomlands.
10 damage to him. So this thing is not looking great. It's definitely getting beat up, and you can kind of see it starting to slow down. But it will go, and it is going to attack. And a d6, because there are 5 people in its range. He is going to attack Doomlance this time. Which he will
Joke's
hit
on
with
him.
with a 21.
Oh, never mind. It's not.
The joke is awesome. In fact, the joke is well, I mean, the joke is on him.
He does 17 damage to
If
Doomlance
by
as
joke
he
you mean-
swings his club. And then... Arthur, I need a charisma save from you.
Alrighty. That's gonna be a 21.
That will definitely succeed, but you'll still take 3d8 of psychic damage.
Oh, shoot.
For 10 psychic damage to you.
Okay.
That's crazy.
You will see Arthur's eyes immediately go black, and he will point at the fallen giant, and these black flames will rise along its shoulders as I cast Hellish Rebuke,
Hey!
using my Infernal
Nice.
Legacy as my reaction. So it is going to need to take a Dexterity saving throw, which, Dexterity saving throw, please. Which I'm not sure if your Thorns and Roses, Nick, will impede that or make that a disadvantage at all.
I
No.
think it
Is it
just
or no?
restricts his movement.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
just
just
considered
movement.
difficult terrain.
He is going to fail
Okay.
with a 3.
Yeah, to say it's 12. So, all right, he's going to take 2d10 fire damage.
Dang.
All right, solid black flames.
I mean, it still takes, right?
Sharingan over here.
Yeah.
Get him.
Get the Mangekyo Sharingan out of Arthur coming in.
Yeah. That's what you get when you mess with
Oh,
the
dang, we got a
warrior.
raid.
10 fire damage?
We got a raid.
Alright, so all of a sudden you just watch this fire shoot out from what? Do you like breathe it? Like what happens?
No, so basically, is I'm summoning a Hellish Rebuke. Is basically I just kind of point at him and it just kind of like bursts forth from the ground, almost
So
like
it just-
hell is
it
erupting
almost like-
around him.
Yep, to the ground almost erupts around him in flames, and you see the creature start to like burn and let out this terrible scream. Jamie, you're next.
All right. Well, Darren's cool, and I didn't see what just happened, so I am going to make my way 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 to here with my action, with my movement and my bonus action to dash. I still have 5 feet of movement. Can I see anyone that is like needing some sort of medical attention?
The Gorg here is looking a little on the beat up side.
Which one?
The bottom one.
The one to the
Doomlance?
south of the fallen giant.
Yeah,
next to
Doomlance.
Doom.
That guy?
Yep.
Let them be
Doomlance.
known.
Okay.
We might know his name is Doomlance.
Yeah,
at this
that's,
point.
so I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna take my extra 5 and just head back this way. And I'm going to chill. I'm gonna sit there and chill. Not meeting this Fomorian's gaze though. That's all this.
All right. So the next, this Gorg is gonna go. He's going to miss with a natural 1. Arthur, you're next.
Arthur's going to kind of shake off his black eyes, move forward 10 feet, break out both scimitars, and he's going to attack the fallen giant twice.
Okay.
All right. First attack is a 10, which I know misses.
I will miss.
Second attack is
Offhand?
a what is offhand? Let me see. Yeah, I had the same thing. It's 21,
That will hit.
and I get sneak attack on that one. Thank
Will.
you. All right,
You just
so-
don't get to add your modifier.
Right.
Unless you have the fighting style somehow.
I do not. Not yet.
Oh, plant in plays.
That's going to be 9 damage. With the
So you come
second
in. You swing your first scimitar. It actually bounces off the thick skin of this giant, but the second one, as you thrust it, goes in just slightly and hits the creature in a decently tender spot. It is looking very rough. Anything else for you, Arthur?
I'm going to peel off 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and get behind this tree here.
Sentinel, you're next.
I should only be able to move there, though. 'cause I
All
moved
right.
twice.
Yeah,
Sentinel will take another swing.
Take that swing.
8 plus 5. That is 13.
You will miss, Sentinel.
Bummer.
You take a swing with your beak axe, and it actually puts its club down, and you sink it right into the big tree branch that it's holding. Anything else for you?
I'll move up just a little bit. Right
Okay.
here.
Mr. Kips?
All right, we're gonna do another shot on
Mr.
him
Keeps.
for a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
7, 11, for 14 damage.
Oh,
All right, this thing is very beat up looking.
Ranger damage, man.
Anything else for you there, Darian?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right, this Gorg is gonna go.
Ranger
Man,
damage,
Gorgs are
11.
not rolling well. That's a 6. He misses. Darby, you're next.
All right. Well, that seems
How
a
you
little...
missed a creature this large is beyond me. I guess its
I-
skin is just thick.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I mean, it blocks
Just
it
not
probably.
damaging it. Yeah.
We're just gonna chuck a
Just not
normal
damaging it.
Eldritch Blast at it. Just normal Jack, or not Jack. Ace of Spades. Nothing
Okay, go
special
ahead.
on this one. That's a 16 to hit
That will hit.
for another minimum damage. I don't know what is up with my D10 right now, but that is another 5 force damage.
All right,
It
so you
kills
get a hit off of it. It busts
I
it.
wish.
It blows up in its torso. You can kind of see the creature like drop to one knee. There's just blood all over it from the different strikes and hit. Anything else for you, Darby?
That is all I can currently do.
All right, what does
Taking the kill.
Doomlance do here?
Yeah.
Oh, Doomlance misses with an 11.
Bummer.
So unfortunately,
Doomlance.
it will get one more roll here. And all right, there's 4 people in his. Actually, there's 5 people in his range.
Right.
Sentinel,
Yeah,
you're taking another club swing here.
Heck yeah, I am.
That is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yep.
Sentinel.
Ooh,
He's got the health pool. It's okay.
25. What's half of 25?
Be 12 or
12.
15,
12
depending on
damage
rounding.
to you. Always round down. All right, who's he gonna? There's 8 of you. Who's he gonna use his little eye on? Darian, you're getting evil-eyed again.
Ooh,
Give me another charisma save.
Bug.
don't fail.
11.
That's a fail. So Darian, as you have to shoot this thing, it kind of looks over and your gaze meets it again. As you feel the full weight of all this damage hit you, your leg actually begins to grow this giant pustule on it. You drop to your knee, and you can just feel this extra weight from this giant growth that has appeared on your leg. With this growth, your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and attacks that are based on strength or dex.
Whoa.
So
That's
note that, and you are going to take 6d8 of psychic damage here.
Oh my gosh.
Am I?
I'm so sad. You don't want to fail.
I
Well,
had
there
it
we
over
go.
here. What happened to it? Oh well.
The dice
there
have
it is.
decided. Wait, can I? Okay, I can't straight out die from this. Very close if he rolled max damage, but I can't outright die.
He rolled pretty well.
That's good, though. So you can't just outright
30 points of psychic damage to you.
Oh,
I'm down.
die. Well, that's one more on the count.
Literally, you just watch as this growth just forms on his leg. Darian drops to his feet, and it's almost like his head, like his eyes, you just see go black, and he just topples over, in his spot behind this tree there. Jamie, you are next.
Does that mean
Poor
the
Jamie.
Run away all the way back over.
deformity
there.
thing's around?
What'd you say, Darian?
The deformity is still there.
Oh,
even
the
though it's
deformity is still there.
Of course.
Okay, well, I see this crazy thing go down, and I'm just like, God damn it.
God damn it! I was just there.
I was literally there 2 seconds
Yeah.
ago. Ah.
And I'm gonna head back over there now instead of going to this Gorg. And I'm like, so I use my action and I use both my action and my movement to get over there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use my healing kit to I don't even have to make a medicine check. As that's what a healer kit is for. But you're back up to 1, Darian. Because I have my healer feat.
Yay.
Yep, so Darian, Jamie runs over there, he begins doing his patchwork. Jamie, you kind of look at this giant weird growth on his leg, and there's no medical reason he should have this right now. That is a very weird thing that happens.
This is another curse. This boy attracts curse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cursed boy.
Cursed boy has attracted curses.
I'm growing hooves now.
Anything else for you, Jamie? I don't think so. I think that was
Growing
bonus action.
antlers, getting weird growth.
Yep. That's everything.
All right, Mr. Gorg here is gonna go. He's gonna miss with a 12. Arthur, you're next.
5,
That
10,
Gorg is not helping.
15, 20. All right.
Remember, that is difficult terrain.
Yep, so that would finish, that'll finish my movement then, because it'll be 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to attack with just 1, so that way I can get out of there. I'm going to attack with 1 scimitar for now. That's an 8.
The 8 will miss.
All right, then I'm gonna use my offhand. Screw it. I'm attacking with my
Alright.
other
Well, you do
scimitar.
get sneak on it, so.
And that's a natural 1.
That
Oh,
also definitely
no.
misses. So Arthur, your
Oh, my
scimitars just
word.
aren't sharp enough to cut into it. Sentinel, take us home, baby.
Why
All
can't I
right,
not finish this
here we
guy?
go. Well, we might as well go reckless if this is. And that's the same thing. I got an 8 plus 5. It's 13
That is going to
With
just miss him again.
reckless?
with
reckless?
reckless.
Oh
With, it was
my
a 4 and
God.
an 8.
You kind of just bash into its club again. This Fomorian he's almost on one knee and his skin is too thick.
Put down, man.
Darian, you are next. You have disadvantage on your attack if you decide to attack.
I'm attacking.
You are.
Unless you use a spell that doesn't require strength or dex.
That's true.
Oh, I got a 20 on one of the die, guys. Okay.
Feels bad.
It does
15 to hit.
That will hit him.
Nice.
And
Come
you
on,
do big
baby.
damage too.
Big boy damage.
Hunter's mark is gone though because you did go in.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Can I bonus action and reactivate it?
No, because you said you were attacking first.
You're not wrong.
Can't you do that after you get a hit though? Or am I wrong?
I think one of them, favored foe works one way and hunter's mark works the other. I can't remember which one's.
I
Or
think
you
you
can
have
do
to
one
use
or the other
Hunter's mark
depending.
first,
You
but
have
I
to
have
mark
to
them
double
first, I
check.
think.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think
I'll
you can
double-
do favored
If you wanna,
foe
if
on
you wanna
hit.
roll your damage, I'll double check.
I'll
Yeah.
do favored foe because I know that one for sure I can do after I hit. So I'll just
Okay,
do a favored
that
foe.
works.
Yeah. It's the same damage though.
It is not until I hit like level
Oh,
13
yeah,
or
that's
something
true.
like that.
Like a
So that'll
D6 in there or
be
something.
10, 12, 15 damage.
How would you like to kill him?
Oh,
Yeah.
Because at that
I'm
point,
going right out around that. I'm gonna close my eyes and just go right for his dome, right in between his eyes. I want him to
Zen
stop
mode.
looking at me.
So as you stumble out with this growth on your leg that's inhibiting your movement, you kind of drop a bit. You manage to loose your arrow, despite fumbling with your bow a bit, and it lands right between the fallen giant's eyes. It kind of eyes roll back a bit, almost cross-eyed to look at this arrow that is just sunk into its skull, and then it just like goes to poke it, and before it reaches it, it just falls over backwards. Arthur and Gorg number B, you need to run right now.
The Gorg
I can do
number
that.
B.
Yep, so you guys just take off. The Gorg sidesteps as the fallen giant falls with a loud thump. And you can kind of feel all of the trees and ground shake. Birds begin to loose from the trees as the vibrations were so loud. So Darian, you can get this fallen giant in your kill count.
I also have
Yes.
a growth on my
You
leg.
also have a growth.
Nice.
We'll see if Dr. Watts can put that in his kill count.
I want to thank Dr.
growth?
Watts. I'm gonna give you a little pat on the shoulder and go, "Hey man, we gotta stop meeting like this."
I was like, yeah. I would suggest
Oh,
being a little bit more, a little tad more careful about where you put your brain matter.
I don't know what I could have done differently there, other than shoot with my. You know what? You're right. You are right, Doc. This is why you got the PhD.
What's
Not
that?
failed you
what?
save. That's what you could have done.
yeah. Just don't
Anyway,
fail. Just roll
yeah.
better.
So this growth, I'm trying to think. I could do. I was told that there's no medical reason for it, but this guess it doesn't mean that I can't figure out a way to not have it be there. Can I
Give me a
roll
medicine check.
Okay. Let's take a look here.
Are we gonna have to?
That's a 26, ladies
my
and
Dang!
gentlemen.
What a roll.
Big,
Unfortunately, this growth is the result of the curse of the evil eye. There is really nothing medically you can do for it. If you were to cut it off, or as you try to cut it off, and you surgically remove this thing precisely, Jamie, as you're looking at the thing, grows right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll put my scalpel back in my bag and just be like, "Yo, literally, like, there's not a person on this planet that would be able to do what I just did better than what I just did it, and this thing is gonna be here until whenever it's not. You're gonna have to find some sort of uncursor person."
As Jamie is assisting Darian, Arthur, Sentinel, Darby, you guys watch as this Gorg, and I should have mentioned that the Gorg that Sentinel called Doomlance is dressed differently than the other ones. The other ones have like hide armor on. He has this like nice chainmail on with different sigils. There's war paint splashed across his face. His lance glows with a certain like majesticness by it. He steps upon the fallen giant's stomach and walks up to its chest, jams his lance right into his chest, and begins to like use it as a crowbar to slice and break its ribcage open. Accessing its heart, which he cuts out, reaches in and pulls out a heart that's like he has to hold with both hands. You can't see my hands because it's above the camera. He holds it over his head and he goes, "Boys, boys, this is exactly what we came here for. One evil entity dead. However many more to go, we don't know." And he
Is there a
throws the
particular
heart to one.
reason you're trying to get these giant hearts?
Not just giant heart. Anything evil that plagues these forests. For the oracles and council within the city have dictated that to us. Sentinel. My God, you still have it, my friend. The move. Did you see the move? Twice I did it.
And just like old times, you haven't lost a step.
No, I've gotten better, and you've gotten bigger. Easier
You
to
know.
step on. I don't misstep like I used to. Not like when we were younger and we were killing those sand creatures back in the deserts. Oh, this
Man,
war
we
party
were-
that you have. An impressive lot. You need to introduce us.
Yeah, come on over and we'll. Darren looks a little rough, so why don't we walk over there and save him a few steps.
So this Gorg party, and the other two Gorgs, you also recognize them, Sentinel. I didn't really give them names, but you've worked with them in the past before. They're all kind of like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And they kind of congratulate you and say,
Yo, what
it's
up,
good
dude?
stuff.
How's it going, bro?
Bro,
They,
Bro!
Doomlance looks back to them and says,
Take care of the lot here. Unit will take it back to the Citadel as a trophy. Earn some blood patches for this one. Now who do we have here, my feathered friend?
well, this is our team. We've got Darby,
Hi.
Darian, and we've got Arthur over here. And we just met this new friend, Dr. Watts over here. He's been saving our hide quite a few times lately.
This is a strong war party from what I can see. Not just anyone
Taking
can
off my
take down
glove.
a fallen giant like that.
Arthur, the Gorg, who's a bit taller than you, he's a pretty tall, stocky fellow, approaches you. And he kind of gives you a once-over, and he goes,
Strong build, double scimitars. I know your kind. You strike when the moment's right. You cut the enemy off where it hurts them most and give your allies the advantage that they need to take their foes down. A warrior is what you are, and excellent for your war party leader, Sentinel. I congratulate you for finding Sim. It is good that you fought with us here.
and then he moves his way over to you, Darian, which obviously you have this big growth and you're not looking too hot.
One who attacks with a bow from range, looking for the right opportunities to strike against an opponent. Bring them down to their knees, hit them where it counts. I've fought with many Gorgs that fight like you. Warriors they are, tacticians, the best of the bunch. Now if I hadn't taken upon the lance, I would have taken upon the bow myself. It is good that you fought with us, and I hope you get over your ailments soon, friend.
Thank you.
To you,
Very-
Jamie, he then approaches. Oh, were you going to say something else, Darian?
Nope, we're good.
To you, Jamie, he approaches.
The man who stays in the back, helping his friends and sick and injured. Most would call you a coward, not Doomlance. You're one of the most valuable members of a group. Without you, a war party weakens, remains soft. You bring about the inner iron that they need to fight the rest of the battle. You have my commendation, friend, and I wish that there were more Gorgs that understood ways of medicine like you do.
Yeah, we all should be a little bit better with medicine in general. I'm glad you understand the value of it.
And finally, Darby, he approaches you and he kind of looks at you. How tall are you again, Darby?
That's a good question. Where is my
3
height?
feet tall.
5'5".
5'5". Yeah, he's
Still
like
kinda short.
6'8". He's
Oh, he
he's
towers
real big.
me.
Yeah, he kind of like comes down to your level a bit. He sniffs a little bit.
Now you're an interesting one. Magic I haven't seen before, but not blessings from the goddess like I have. Different. Almost, goofy scent about you. Huh. Different. Well, regardless, you got a few good hits on him. I won't critique. A war party
Alright,
that
then.
is a war party with Sentinel is a war party with Doomlance. I welcome you and greet you from the city in the Vantyrian desert.
So you said the city sent you.
Yes, the city sent me. Strange tidings there, Sentinel, since you left within the last few months. The sand creatures have become more aggressive, not like when we used to hunt them, no, far more menacing, far more diabolical with their attacks. Attacking even the city itself. We haven't had a sand beast there since before you and I were born, from what the oracles said. So, the council, the oracles, they got together and they decided to send some of the best warriors of the city out to the Vantyrian Peninsula, to the kingdom to the south, to the east, to the north, to try and figure out what stems such an evil that would plague our homes. So, myself and Lilyhammer set out not long ago. Her to high water and me to the south towards Bregla and then to Bridgetown. Unfortunately, I haven't seen her since. Not sure if you've heard hide or hair from Lilyhammer.
I've not heard anything from her.
Strange, we had planned to meet up in Bridgetown, but she missed the rendezvous time. She is supposed to be in high water. I hope she has not found herself in dire straits. So, Sentinel, tell me what brings you out here with this lot. You left by yourself for your own pilgrimage. I did not expect you so quickly to join and form your own war party.
Well, we've been doing some odds and ends. We met up with the champion for a little bit.
I do
She
not
had
know
a-
this person.
Yeah,
You'd be forgiven for not, being in awe or anything.
Yes,
She's kind of
I like it.
she's kind of just a lady.
Aren't we all just people at some point? I'm a Gorg, you're human, and you're a giant bird. I have jokes too.
Yeah. So, why are we out here?
Well, we were
Why are
We
you?
were going to
going to the
we were gonna go
werewolves.
the werewolves.
Yes. And try
Also,
to get
our
that
guy who
wonderful...
was
Yeah,
that guy in the back who's hiding way back there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Malik's
Yeah,
been
the
hiding
guy
in
who's
this
hiding
entire
behind
time.
it. He's back.
Pay
he's
no
back
attention
there.
to the man behind the curtain.
We're escorting him to talk to some werewolves about potentially being a part of an experiment that he has cooking up.
So as you mentioned him, Jamie, Malik kind of teeters out. Again, he's not really a fighter. He kind of approaches the Gorg, seeing that they're friendly, seemingly. And he goes, "Oh, well, I guess I didn't expect this kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't think any of us did.
Malik Restoria, potions expert.
And Doomlance just kind of looks down at his hand and then looks back up to him and turns back to you, Sentinel, and Jamie, and goes,
Werewolves, you say? My war party and I were headed north here. Reports of werewolves terrorizing the people. Evil creatures. We ran into that lost giant, fallen giant. Decided to take it down as a quick bit of sport before we went and dealt with the werewolves. Got a small bit of a price on their head, they do. I figured we'd earn ourselves a wee bit of coin for some luxury. I guess that seems our paths are similar, and our goals to slay them are similar too.
And
We
Malik
don't have any goals to slay them.
Malik
Necessarily.
immediately pipes up and goes, "Whoa, excuse me. We're not here to slay any werewolves. I have an experiment here that I am trying to run to see if I can cure the lycanthropy." Doomlance just looks at him and just eyes him again.
Huh. You're going to kill werewolves of their illness. Any person that I've ever heard try to converse with a werewolf has found themselves gutted and feasted upon, unless they were unfortunate enough to be cursed into their own pack. Perhaps this one here, he kind of points to you, Darian, seemingly how he's prone to these curses, judging from the horns and whatnot. Well, he might end up a werewolf himself if you aren't careful.
Add it to the list, I guess. Jeez.
Add it to your
Yeah.
list.
And just because one has horns doesn't mean they're cursed.
Ah,
Uh,
I meant no offense there, demon folk. No offense at all.
In fairness, humans don't typically grow horns.
They're antlers.
They're antlers.
That's
They're
true,
antlers.
but an antler is a kind of horn.
Malik immediately turns to your group and says, "Well, we're not just going to let him take out the werewolves here. The original agreed upon mission was to talk to them. That's still the idea, right? Go or no go, being your friend."
correct.
That's still the plan.
But my understanding is all you need is the opportunity to act like you have a chance to talk to them, and we're good.
Correct.
So the moment they
Yes.
turn hostile, we can book it, and we're good to go.
Again, yes, I am not going to stand by and let anybody forcibly subject anybody to any sort of medical treatment. So we're going to ask if they want to do it, and if they don't want to, then our job is completed. Now,
Yes.
Gorg party or whatever this little trio is, whatever your job is with those werewolves, it can happen after we're done. Though I'm not necessarily a fan of wholesale slaughter of anybody.
Understandable for one of your job, your calling. For Gorgs, our mission here is to cleanse this world of evil as dictated by the city of the oracles. But there's a small part of me that wants to watch the potions man get himself gnawed upon for a bit. If you don't mind, I might like to join and see what happens here with these little talks of yours. Whether werewolves die or they're killed of their disease, I don't particularly care as long as they're not harming anyone else within these vicinities.
Sweet. Well, there we go. Easy peasy. Let's roll, everybody.
If you would like, my war party and I were planning on making camp for the night. It's quite late. Share some good food, some good stories against Sentinel before we head out in the morning.
I'm sure
You're
Darian
muted.
would love it.
I would love to take a nap for 6 to 8 hours.
Nick, you're muted.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
Uncle. Yeah. From the doggos.
Yep. Dog's fighting.
Woo.
Dog
Let's-
fight.
I was gonna
Good food, good sleep sounds good to me.
Yeah.
real quick. I know that it's probably a long shot, but I'm gonna check this giant for anything that's fancy or nice
Give me,
or
actually, no,
valuable.
I don't know why I'm about to ask you for a roll because he's dead. You just get to look at that, and I forgot to pull up my DM guide because you do actually find some nice stuff on this thing.
Arthur's gonna
Nice.
scurry over there as soon as he sees.
The moment.
Jamie-
Jamie go there.
Jamie said first, so
I know.
Jamie's
But
getting it.
Arthur will watch him.
like a hawk.
You watch-
I'll just watch from the
Jamie.
distance.
Mm.
Jamie. Ooh, this actually is going to be a nice haul here for you guys. I
I'm
think.
not gonna lie, I assumed he would have nothing.
I know, so did
Well,
I.
I did too, but I'm like, my character is from the streets, so
Yeah,
if he
right?
has cloth that
Like,
I can
thinking
use
about it,
for
I was
stuff,
like, well,
I'm
I could
gonna take it.
probably.
Jamie,
I
from
was
a
considering
map,
it. Yeah,
Jamie,
three
from
of
a
us were
pack
thinking
that
it.
you found, like hooked to its side, you find 210 gold pieces.
Oh, dang.
Wait, nice, 210 gold pieces.
Yep.
Dope.
You're gonna split that up.
You think so, wouldn't you?
No, Arthur will unsheath the scimitar and point it at Jamie and say, "You're going to split that up."
Arthur, chill
I'm.
out.
What else do I find?
That was it. Just the gold.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
200. Yeah, 210. Okay, good.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh wow, that is a lot of money. But I will definitely be. You pull out your sword, and I'm gonna turn. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to like put two fingers on it. I will move it aside. And it's like, keep your toys away before you hurt yourself. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna start divvying out the gold. Just like, calm down.
Oh, what is that?
So how much? I have to do some math, but I will figure that out in a second.
Yes. It shouldn't be.
Doomlance would also like to participate in that
Oh,
gold
of
as well.
course he would.
Yo, yeah, no, of course. They like everybody helped
Alright.
kill it.
Well, if he
Alright,
is also getting a share, it'll be
210.
35 for everyone, including Doomlance.
Do each of these guys get one too? Because there's a
No,
little guy.
just the one war party will take 35.
Okay.
I won't.
All right. So yeah,
shortchange you guys.
everybody gets 35, and I have to do some math for myself.
Well, that's gone.
So Doomlance turns
Wish I could have
towards
gotten 40.
the other two Gorgs and kind of holds the bit of coin and goes, "We're going to be eating good tomorrow night, boys, once these werewolves are gone. With this, maybe get you some new armor. Now, if you'd like a rest, come forward a bit. The boys and I were already planning on making camp before we found that lost fallen giant."
Real quick before we. Well, actually, no. We're about to just have a short rest anyway. Are we having a long rest?
You're gonna
Are
have
we
a
like
long
finishing
rest.
our
Long
night
rest.
up?
Yeah, you're gonna have a long rest.
All right.
It'll be the whole day.
Well, then never mind. I don't even have to do what I was going.
So the two other Gorgs kind of start a roaring fire going. They have a small encampment with some tents, some basic living supplies. Very nomadic people, they seem. They don't stay in one place very long, and they pick up and move when they're traveling. Sentinel, you would be incredibly familiar with this style of travel here. When Gorgs go on their hunts and leave the city, they travel quick, they travel light, and they never stay in one place for more than one night. So these guys will be moving on once the morning hits. Looks like they have slaughtered a large boar for dinner, which the two Gorgs begin to prep with seasonings and spit and put over the fire and begin to cook. Slow roasting it for about an hour or an hour and a half before it's ready. While these two Gorgs are prepping the food, Doomlance stands down and sits, bids you to come over, Sentinel, bids the party to come over and sit down, Malik included, and join him by the fire, where he pours you all a thick, syrupy liquid from like a big sandstone jug or clay jug into these kind of goblets that he has carried with him. And he passes it to you, winks at you, Sentinel, and says, "Gold liquid, fine brewed alcohol from the deserts. We bury it deep down in the sands to let it ferment for several years. This is a 15-year batch. It's quite good and potent if that's the kind of drink you enjoy. Please,
Thank you.
have some."
Sure.
And partake.
Yeah.
For those that do
Starving will take.
partake, it's like drinking battery acid. It is very strong, very potent, and very high in an alcohol content. As I said, it's almost got the consistency of like syrup. So maybe not quite as thick as a mead, but maybe like as a very dark porter. but it's more of a hard liquor than it is a beer, if I'm to describe it anyway. Even Malik partakes, and he seems taken aback by the smell, but as he drinks it, it does have a good flavor. It goes down hard, but it has a soft, like aftertaste
Finish?
to it. Very sweet finish to it. It's good. It's very good. So
That's
I don't
dope.
know. I don't know if you guys are sipping at it. Doomlance just takes the goblet and just jams it to his lips and throws his head back, downs the thing in like one gulp.
He would.
Sentinel, that's the way a hunt ends. You would probably do the same thing if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
You two of you will clink glasses, and Doomlance will slam his to the ground, goblet side down.
I don't know how much the lot of you know about this big chicken here. Oh, him and I go so far back. Little
I was
children
told
we
that he
were.
was not a chicken.
We
I was
might
told
not-
that specifically
Well, he's
multiple
a
times.
chicken to
That
me.
is true. He's not a chicken. He's a guardian fowl. There's a difference.
Just gonna throw that out there. I don't care. I just was corrected, and I would like to know the correct thing for this giant talking bird
See,
that
Jamie,
everyone seems so normal about.
What happens is when you grow comfortable with somebody, they allow you to call them by nicknames and friendly terms. But when you're a
Oh, yeah,
newcomer
no,
and
I'm aware
unknown to
of
those
that.
people, they typically take offense when you try and include yourself in those. So that's what happened there.
Okay, got it. All right, let's not offend the giant talking chicken. Thank you, demon guy. I appreciate that a lot.
He's well versed
Continue
in
on with your
guardian.
Continue on with your story, strange warlike guy in the woods.
This one has jokes, and I like him for those jokes. He's a comedian. I knew a comedian once. Got himself spitted by a spear right through the chest and died. Wasn't me, it was
Oh,
another
wow.
quite pissed. But the story goes. Anyways,
Man.
yeah, Sentinel and I knew each other as children. Way back, we trained together. Blood, sweat, and tears together. Went on hunts to the deserts together. Killed more sand beasts than I can count on one hand together. That little trick I did there, jumping up on his back, slashing down the lance into its weak, soft points. We invented that. We call it the chicken hopper. Because no one quite knew what the hell to call it at the time. We really do need to come up with a better name for that.
I don't think I could come up with a better name than that, honestly.
Speaking of names, did the name Doomlance come before or after the lance? Because I see your lance there is quite mystical. So did your parents just decide, hey, this guy's going to be good with the lance, we're going to name him Doomlance?
You must be unfamiliar with the way that Gorgs name their offspring. Before Gorg reaches maturity and becomes a man or a woman within the tribe, they are simply referred to as the child of their parent. Sentinel here was the child of Nas. Isn't that right, Sentinel?
I was.
The other giant chicken, I'm guessing, in the situation.
Yes. No, well, Nas was another Gorg who took my good friend here in. Adopted, essentially, you might call it for your group. Child of Nas. Once you reach maturity and once you complete your first great hunt, you're welcome into the tribe as not only a warrior, but as a full, functioning member, capable of voting, capable of making decisions around the city. We function by community, mostly, but there are oracles and a council that we elect in to run the different districts of our home. Upon my maturity, I was granted this lance here, given the name Doomlance, sent to the Keystone District, where I was taught some mystical arts of battling and channeling the goddess's holy energy. The spear itself is nothing more than a regular weapon, but through my mystic connections to her holiness, I am able to channel an energy through it, unlike many other. They don't teach you those tricks on the hunts, let me tell you.
I can believe it.
Not unlike what our supposed champion's supposed to be able to do.
True. She seems to struggle with that, though.
I do not know this person you speak of, but Gorgs really devolve themselves into your people's business, we tend to keep to ourselves when we're able to.
No, it's not my business. It's more civilized folks' business. I just happen to be adjacent to it.
I'm sure Sentinel has told you many stories about our exploits.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he's
just
super
going
talkative.
to turn and stare at Sentinel.
Yep, Sam, yeah, definitely.
I remember
I know
he was
all
going
about
on and
who
on
you
about
are.
the chicken hopper. I was like, please, Sentinel, stop talking about the chicken hopper. Stop explaining it in graphic and excruciating detail. And he just kept going and going and going and going.
That is my Sentinel, feeling the blood of the fight coursing through his
Yep,
veins.
he's big into the blood. Big blood guy. Big
And the
Good.
fight. I
He's
mean,
one of the best warriors I've ever met. There's only one other.
this guy
lady
will
by
randomly
the
start a
name of-
fight you didn't even know it happened. It was a
So
weird
did he
time.
Samson
attack?
Sparkle Sword.
Did he attack you with necrotic tentacles when you were growing up
Yeah.
as well, or is that just us?
I'm unsure of what you speak of.
It was quite the
Sentinel,
rude awakening.
is this a new power that you've come to?
There's what now?
We can explain later, Jamie. Don't worry.
Well, I guess we're explaining now.
I guess so.
Yeah, now is good. Now is good about that.
Yeah. Doomlights, I don't know what's been going on lately. One day, I don't know what it was, but it just woke up and I just had these weird dreams. I don't know. It very painful stuff. And when I woke up, I was just so scared. And before I knew it, I mean, I don't know how to describe it to you, but anything other than these shadowy tentacles coming out of my body, and I couldn't control it, and it just, I mean, it hit everyone here. I mean, minus one friend of ours who had left, but yeah, weird stuff has been happening. I mean, you saw like out around me all these,
Plants.
vines and flowers and all sorts of stuff just ends up, when I get in the heat of battle, this
That was you?
weird things
Yeah.
just start happening around me.
I thought that was the Fomorian for some reason.
Well,
Gift of the
Understandable.
goddess, I would call that. You've always had a knack for surprising us, Sentinel. I remember when you first came into the city. A lot of us didn't think that you'd have the knack to cut it as a warrior. But you proved every single one of them wrong. Proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Damn, it brings me back to the good times. Sentinel, well, if you ever find yourself needing a different war party or a change of pace, you should join up with me and the other two. Going around the Vanatirian Peninsula here, see what we can find.
Maybe our paths will cross again, and we'll see,
Maybe
but
they will.
it seems like this is the way for now.
Good, it's good that you have a way, that's important.
And Doomlance kind of looks over to Malik, who's been pretty quiet, and goes,
So there, Potions Man, what's your story? Why are you so hard up on werewolves that disembowel babies and feast upon different people? You're probably the first and only person I've ever met that wants to help those monsters and not cut their bloody heads off.
I'm just gonna turn to Dorian when he says, or Darian when he says that.
Malik immediately kind of looks up and goes,
Well, not everything is as evil as you tend to make it. There's many things that are misunderstood. Why, I have a small girl that I am taking care of right now. She's a werewolf.
and Doomlance just looks back to you, Sentinel, and goes,
I stopped caring. Tell me more about your exploits.
wow.
I
I like this guy. How
Take
come
it
you
so-
never told him about us, man? This guy's great.
I mean, we've done a lot here. We've explored, caverns and and saved some people, gotten in lots of battles, and it's been quite the trip.
Wouldn't expect anything else from you, my feathered friend. Looks like food's almost ready, boys. I hope you're ready to have a good bowl for tonight. Doomland's specialty.
Let's dig in.
So Doomlance kind of goes over and he just picks his lance up and he just begins to hack at the boar, and you just watch as like finely shredded strips of boar meat just go flying off this thing and falling into the dirt, and the other Gorgs are like gathering them up and plating them, and then they go over and start handing it out to you guys for dinner. Smells heavenly.
I'm going to brush the dirt off of my slices since they hit the ground, and then beginning eating.
There's no silverware. You
I'm not-
immediately
yeah.
just see them sit
Yeah.
down, and Doomlance just pick the meat up and
That's
just
fine.
start like biting into it, and they all just start eating it with their hands.
Arthur is used to scrounging, so he will have no problem doing that.
I will pull out silverware from my bag and eat like a regular person.
It's very good. It's probably the second best meal you guys have had in Elyssia on this little quest so far, with the first being the Forest Children's dinner you had with Mum. And that was an endless meal. This, unfortunately, the boar does run out after everyone has picked it clean. Doomlance offers like the bones to you guys if you'd like to pick the meat off the bones. Sentinel, you know that Gorg's teeth are very sharp, so they're able to kind of bite the meat off the bone, and you kind of see them picking at them. And by the end of this meal, the bones on this boar are picked clean. There's not an ounce of meat or gristle or cartilage on these things anymore.
Yeah, ship that off to a museum. Have a nice board display.
And with that, you guys are able to take a long rest. You may get all your spell slots back, fully heal your HP, and you sleep under the stars with Doomlance and his war party.
Does my tumorous
Yes, I need you to give me another charisma save there.
Oh boy, my charisma's kind of dog shit, so this is probably gonna take a while.
It's the good being a charisma class. I don't have to worry about that.
7.
A 7. You still wake up with your deformity.
Oh.
You're gonna have that for a while.
Before Arthur falls asleep, he will begin trying to remember how he did the spell earlier in the day, and kind of contemplating about whether or not it seemed like where that came from, like the energy centered from, like if that was something that like would be given to him by the goddess or her brother, and kind of contemplate that to himself before nodding off.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything else before they fall asleep for a very restful?
I want to talk about the procedure that this dude has for these werewolves and what exactly it entails.
Okay, so as Malik's preparing for bread, he's preparing for bread, everyone. He's preparing for bed.
He's baking his bread.
We all must
he's baking
prepare
bread right
for
now
bread.
over the fire.
He just built an oven over there. He's just baking some
everything
bread.
bagels specifically.
Yes, bagel bites. He's baking bagel bites over the fire.
Oh, dude, I want the bagel bite.
Pizza in the morning.
No, Mom said I'm having to. No, Mom said they're for me. Oh,
All right,
Yes,
anyway,
Sunny D.
Sonny D. So Jamie, you approach Malik as he's prepping himself for bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Malik.
Yes, Dr. Watts, what can I help you with?
I'm just looking to get a little bit more information about this procedure that you have planned for these werewolves.
Yes, the potion and whatnot. And from his pack, he pulls out a vial of like greenish liquid, and he kind of passes it to you. It's really no better than it's probably no bigger than this. It's a very small amount. It's not a big potion.
Okay. All right.
So-
And what exactly, like, is it?
He gives you kind of a list of different herbs and plants and stuff that he's gathered up to create this kind of potion. But as he explains this, he ends his kind of explanation with, really, the real magical property here is less the herbs and the spices and whatnot that give it its consistency, but the restorative properties of the Dusk Elf magic that has to be embedded into the potion to make it function properly.
Sorry, what?
You're taking you're
Excuse me?
taking magic and putting it
Darby.
into
Not necessarily magic. I have a friend in Highwater, a Dusk Elf, small former orphan girl. For a little bit of coin, I am able to take a bit of her blood, just a prick from a finger, and I'm able to mix it in with the herbs, the spices, a bit of water, and alcohol. The natural magical properties that Dusk Elves have flowing through their bloodstream provides the potion with a magical
property itself. I don't need a lot.
Oh. Well, actually,
Again.
that's really interesting. Right?
Yes, again, fully obtained through scrupable means. I would never bloodlet dusk elves for any purpose unless they themselves were okay with it and being paid properly.
Just keep digging that hole,
Yeah,
Malik.
and-
Keep digging it.
Arby's
No,
like,
that actually sounds.
"Oh,
That sounds great.
As a dusk elf,
Actually,
I'm
that's-
not. I don't know how it feels.
That's really.
kind of messed up.
That's actually really ingenious. Yeah, as like magic is inherently sort of, flighty, but being able to find something that is recreatable under the circumstances of normal everyday using like natural recurring resources is actually really smart.
Thank you. It took me about 4 years to figure out the original concoction, which originally I was making to treat stomach flu. A year ago, when I met Historia, she had a stomach ache, and I gave her some of the potion. And what was weird is usually the girl is able to transition between wolf and human form at will. Upon giving her the potion, she struggled to change into a wolf. It was almost as if the ability to do that was inhibited by the drink. So I thought perhaps it's possible if I injected or infused the potion with a little bit more energy, there could be a longer term block to that solution. So I did it with a little bit of magical mushrooms that I had found in the forest and re-administered the drink to the girl. I have used these mushrooms before. They're safe. Lasted a little bit longer. And I figured that I needed something with much more of a punch, much more of a visceral connection with magical energy. The only thing I could think of was Dusk Elf blood. Made a test potion. I tried it on the girl. It inhibited her ability to change into a wolf for 2 whole days. However, I cannot get any more than that from her, which is why I want to try on someone with a more advanced stage of lycanthropy, someone who's contracted the disease, not been born with it and had their body naturally assume its function.
You had originally said that you hadn't experimented on this girl.
I know.
That sounds like experimenting on a child that requires you for food and shelter.
I know. I'm not necessarily proud of such things, but
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be.
I talked to her about it, and she is a child. Perhaps she's not capable of consenting to such things, but when I explained to her what I had hoped to do, she had told me that she wanted to help other people like her if it would make them better. So I went ahead, I broke my own oath and my own code to attempt it. But at this point, I have no more interest in trying anything else on the girl. She has done all she could for me, and I need a more tangible, a more willing test subject.
Yeah, probably one that doesn't require you to live. Huh.
That is true.
Oh, well, that's good. It's good to know who we're working with. I'm gonna go and get ready for bed.
All right. So with that, Jamie, you go to get ready for bed, and Malik kind of continues to prep himself for bed. Does anyone want to do anything else, or are we good with our long rest?
I'm struggling for consciousness, so Darian's passing out immediately after eating.
I'm just shuffling cards, trying
already out.
Trying to figure out everything I just overheard from that.
Just nestling in, heading to bed.
All right, everyone has their long rest, and at first light, you awaken, fully rested and almost feeling better. Darian, your HP is back, but you still have a big, nasty growth on your leg.
I'm gonna get this thing checked out, Darian. I mean, I know Jamie looked at it, but
yeah,
maybe a more magical source.
Hey.
I'd say it's an improvement. I'm sure his Astra will really enjoy it.
I'm sure Astra will love it.
A new leg. He can't get too far away from her now.
Yeah.
Magic isn't medicine. All right, just so we're clear. this thing is gonna just get figured out on its own.
I'm
If it
sure
could have been
many
stopped, I
clerics
would
would
have stopped
disagree with that, but
Yeah, I know they would.
okay, well,
Yep.
that's
So
where that
with
ends.
light coming up, Doomlance and his party have begun clearing away their campsite, and Doomlance kind of approaches you guys and goes,
So there's something that struck me a little weird with the group that yesterday. Sentinel, what type of weapon are you using there?
My beak axe.
Silvered, I assume.
I don't know. Is it?
"It's
I
not.
don't.
Probably
None
not,
of your
no.
weapons are silver."
None
No.
of our stuff is going to be silvered.
Well, that might propose
I
a bit
use
of a
magic,
problem when hunting werewolves. For those of you that aren't able to throw spells and whatnot around, werewolves are inherently immune, it seems, to the typical cuts and slashes and pokes of regular swords, requiring silvered weapons. I've killed a few in my day, though my lance is embedded with my own magical energy. I have given my other Gorgs silvered weapons.
Doomlance reaches into his belt and he pulls up a potion.
It's a silvering potion. You put this on your weapon, it'll be silvered for about 1 hour before the liquid runs off and dries. Might be helpful in case we get into a bit of a tussle. I have 1 bottle. Should be enough to coat the lot of yours weapons, but only for 1 hour. After that, well, I can't help you much there.
And he passes the bottle to you, Sentinel.
Sticking my little pouch under my wing.
Doomlance goes over to Malik, who's getting his stuff packed up.
Well there, medicine man. Let's go and see your little werewolf friends that are probably going to take you, rip out your gizzards and eat them for a snack. And when they do, I will be there to make sure that you don't suffer long. Would you prefer if I decapitate you, or would you prefer if I just stick you in the head with a lance to end your life quickly?
Malik just shivers and he goes,
I do not believe that I'll need any of that. Werewolves are still people, and we can still talk to them. It's always been that way with different things. Awesome. We'll see how well that works out for you. Come, I believe I know where this cave is. I'm sending the other 2 war boys away to deal with the remains of the lost giant from yesterday. I believe the 6 of us should be able to deal with this. Maybe 7 if Potions Boy picks up a sword.
I don't think that'll be happening.
and Doomlance begins to lead you guys further into the forest. It's about an hour and a half walk before you arrive at an abbey, a blown out, beat up abbey, where you can see that there are
Are there
two
people here?
humans,
Don't
two
cheat there.
that are
Uh.
standing guard out in front of the door. Right in front of where you guys are, you're behind some
People
trees
here?
right now. You can see a
Dominant.
like a blown out side of the abbey where there's like some pallets and the walls are beat up and you could climb in.
Whatever.
At this point it's still mid-morning, so it's not afternoon, it's not evening, and you are all fully rested. Malik sees the 2 humans standing guard with spears out in front of the door here, and he turns to the group. But before we get to that, it's after 9. Why don't we go ahead and take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back at like 9. We'll say 9:15.
All right.
10-minute
Alright.
break. Kudu pile.
Whoa! Taking a break.
Take a break.
Yeah. Hello, we're back.
Oh,
Hi,
Goodbye.
and shalom.
All right, and and shalom. So where we last left the party, 15 minutes ago,
position.
you guys had just come upon the abbey here. You see these 2 guards out front,
So these 2
and
people.
Malik has turned to speak to you and goes,
I think that this might be the encampment that we've been looking for. If I go out and talk to these 2, see if I can convince them to, let us talk to their leader and, see if I can start getting this experiment, this potions dealing done here.
Doomlance looks over at him and looks back to you guys.
If the plan here is to talk to these things, you think we should send one unarmed schmuck to deal with it? No, werewolves like these like to see strength. You send him out and they'll devour him. We go out together, and they'll see it as strength in numbers. Won't give us much of a hassle to start until they can sniff out what we can do. Let us talk easier. They think we're attacking them if we were to run out there. You're insane. Don't listen to him.
Ah, I see. This is the part of the game where we get to choose if we want to go as a group or send him alone. Riveting choices.
Why don't you just yell from here? It's not like you have to go walk up right next to him. Just go, hey, and then start walking. And if they seem like they're hostile, turn around.
I mean,
I could try that. I just worry it'll look like I don't know, fiddling about or something. They won't trust me if I don't try to be personal with it.
Oh, we can always take option C, which is send a couple of people with you and keep a couple of ranged members further back so they see we have the numbers, but also are not sending a rushing pile of 6 people at them all at once. So kind of a best of both worlds situation.
Your demon friend speaks wisdom. Archer, Card Boy here should stay in the back.
good. I agree with that.
Don't worry, Potions Boy. We'll go and talk to your werewolves for you. Let the real men stand up tall to them and you can have your little conversation. And then when they go to bite you, I'll stick 'em with the end of my lance. I am not a boy.
Malik kind of looks at the rest of you and goes, well, are we doing this or not?
Arthur's just going to gesture to proceed.
All right.
Sorry, we'll just take a
I
bow.
don't know. I did not make a token for Malik, I realize, but he will be with you. So if everyone who's not staying back would like to move themselves closer to these guys here, you may.
I will move slightly forward though once Sentinel moves. Just so I'm not underneath the turn order.
Jamie, are you planning on staying? Nope, you're going to. All right. So as everyone begins to approach these men, they literally look like human men. I mean, they're not showing any signs of lycanthropy. They're not these big snarling werewolves. They just look like guys with spears. As they see you all approaching, they immediately brandish their spears, and one of them goes, "What? Hey, whoa! Stop right there! What do you want? This is private property." Oh, my friends, please, no need for the spears or anything. We come in peace, our group here. You see, there's myself, there is Arthur, Jamie, Sentinel, and this Doomlance fellow that we just met in the woods. In the back there, we have Darby and Darian. They are our vanguard, you could say, to our eyes.
Dr.
I guess.
Watts, by the way.
What'd you say?
It's Dr. Watts, by the way.
Oh, Dr. Watts, excuse me. Okay, I don't really see how that is changing anything. This is still private property. Go away. We do not want any of your whatever you are. No cookies, no popcorn, none of that. Go away.
No pizza tickets.
No pizza tickets.
Well, I'm not here necessarily
wow.
for cookies or popcorn or whatever. I wanted to talk to whoever your leader is. My name is Malik Ristori. I'm a potions master. I make potions, obviously. And I have been in research of creating a potion that might help you and your people recover or inhibit your issues with lycanthropy. Well, who says that we got that werewolf disease? We're not really like that. We're just like 7 people living in a beat up abbey because we can. It's a free world. We do whatever we want, right? Right? We can do whatever we want. This guy knows what's up. He picks to the giant chicken. Yeah, if he's a giant fucking bird, he can do whatever the hell he wants. We can do what we want to.
Yeah.
Well, they're making points.
Hey, thanks, giant bird. So no, we don't want any. We don't need any of your fancy potions or anything like that. Oh, if you would just listen to me for like a minute, I have, and Malik pulls out the little green vial. I have concocted a specific serum here that works. I believe it will work. I just need to speak to your leader to see if one of you would be able to help me further my research with this. Yeah. So, we don't really want to do that. Wes is gonna be real pissed with us. Yeah, if we bring you back there. So why don't you guys turn around and go before we kill you? Like,
I'm
how's
gonna
that sound?
I'm gonna raise
Wait,
my
before
hand.
you resort to violence. That's
I'm
your
gonna
name,
raise my
right? You
hand.
said it's private property, right? You're private, he's property.
Yeah, one sec. I'll let Jamie go first here because he did start speaking first.
I'm going to say I totally get it. Like totally understand you don't want to get your leader and have him talk to this man here. It's gonna be a shame though for us to have to go back and let everybody know that your leader is afraid of this guy because this guy's just like a regular guy. I was under the impression that you guys were like big and strong, but we totally get it. I'd be scared too if one lone scrawny man showed up to say some stuff. So you don't have to feel bad about being afraid or your leader specifically being afraid. And I'm glad that you've told us, whatever your name is, we'll be sure to let everyone know that you told us that your leader was afraid to speak to them. Got it. Sweet.
They specifically said Wes. Wes was their leader's name.
Wes,
Yes.
thank you. Yes, we will tell everyone that you told us that Wes was afraid of this guy and make sure that spreads around to like everyone. All right, guys, let's go. I'm gonna turn around.
Give me a persuasion check, Jamie.
Sweet. Well, that's not great, but we'll just roll it anyway. It's a 5. Does anyone want to help me out?
I'll say Arthur was attempting to help if that will.
Okay, yes,
be
you
able
were
to allow
talking at the
that.
same time, so Jamie, you may have advantage if you would like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, let's get something better than that. No. It's just fine.
He did not help at all.
He did not help.
Unfortunately.
Okay, well,
Uh,
there you go.
yeah,
Well,
I don't think
I tried my
anyone's
best.
gonna believe that if you tell them any of that. So, no.
Mm. Okay.
Well, sounds like they're not interested.
Well,
All
just,
right,
Yeah.
we did
just
what we
one
said we were gonna do.
Just one moment. Please, if you would listen to reason for 5 minutes, we
Oh,
can
boy.
figure this out. I just need Wes for 5 minutes, nothing more. And Doomlance is just tapping his foot and just kind of, who's he next to? He's next to Jamie, and he just kind of whispers to you, Jamie.
So, at what point do you think they stab him?
I'm not taking bets on that.
Push the betting
Okay.
man's in the back.
Alright, I'm gonna
Yeah.
shout out. Malik, it sounds like they said no.
I know. Fine. If you do not wish for help, then I will have to find someone else to do something. And we will take our leave then.
Does anyone want to try anything else here? Or are you fine walking away from this?
As far as I'm concerned, our job is done.
Can I look into the,
I mean, Jack-
the Abbey here, see if
technically.
anybody's like through a window or something?
Yes, you can. There's like a window here, and then this is all blown out right here. You can kind of peer through that, Darian.
I'll peer through here.
Cool. So you peer through here, and you see two werewolves sitting down in actual, like, their hybrid form, sitting on crates, playing a game of cards.
They don't see me or anything?
Nope.
Alright, I'm gonna go over here. out of their view.
Just get out of view, yeah.
Huh. I mean, they don't. I'll talk to Darby a little bit here and say they don't seem like the overly aggressive people that sounded like was an issue.
I mean, those guys are literally just playing cards over there. That's
And the people at the door
Pretty
had
harmless.
ample opportunity to just stab the very
Yeah.
insistent potion guy. So, I
I
don't know.
I think these guys might be peace-loving plants, honestly.
Like they're going out and ransacking people. All I've heard is stories. So,
That's true. We don't know. We haven't heard it from them. For all we know, they just find things that happen upon them. Unfortunate accidents, and they just do it.
Conflictedly is going to motion to them and kind of let me level set with you guys. We're here, obviously, to try and help this gentleman here because he's paying us, not for any other ulterior motive. But we're here for some type of payment. But he's obviously has something he believes in, and of all the people to approach you, he does not mean any harm. The next people who come aren't going to come with a potion to help you out with your disease. They're going to come to eradicate you. Plain and simple. They couldn't care less how docile, what you've done, what you've been accused of doing. Being somebody who's looked at as an evil being just for the way I look, I'd rather give the potion guy a time of day rather than the one who comes with a sword.
That one's me. I come with a sword.
Arthur, give me a persuasion check.
He's the one that wants to kill you, and he's right there. He's already at the door. He's knocking.
can I say,
What'd you
yeah,
roll?
what Arthur said?
Someone can say something in an attempt to help him.
I'll speak up and be like, yeah, Arthur has a point. You guys don't really have the best rep. Don't get me wrong. I don't listen to people's reputations. I sympathize with a necromancer, for Christ's sake. But,
He did do that. It's weird.
you know,
Yo,
I did hear that
what?
lycanthropy, it's a whole ordeal.
We can
Jamie,
talk
got
about it
over
later,
We
Jamie.
learned-
Don't worry.
We lived and we
You
learned.
We'll tell you
can
later.
judge me as much as you want, because that seems to be your character. but
Yes.
whatever.
I really am. That is a valid thing for me to do.
Which is fine. We got there's reasonings. Anyway, according to what Malik and others have told us, werewolves have a violent nature. You guys don't seem violent. But you know, we were told that this potion could help cure lycanthropy, and that lycanthropy makes people unnecessarily violent or has you lash out. But if that's not the case, we're obviously wasting our time here. But if you guys do see any thread of truth in that, it might be worth hearing the guy out. But like I said, if there's no truth to that claim and it's literally nothing but rumor, obviously, not everybody's going to be as nice if they find out that you're a bunch of werewolves, which I know you're werewolves. I see them in there. But that'll be just your problem in the future. I mean, we could try some stuff now. We could not. That's totally up to you guys.
Okay, so here's your option here, guys. Either A, Arthur can have advantage, or B, Darian, you can make your persuasion check here as opposed.
I have a +5 in persuasion.
I have a +4, so make your roll.
Well,
Come on, baby.
I don't actually have much of a
18?
persuasion skill.
Well, I guess he makes a good point there. All right, you can come meet Wes. Talk to him for a bit, see if he's interested at all.
And the werewolves open up the door and lead you into the... Oh, that's way more area than I want.
Ooh.
All right, so if everyone wants to move their people inside, the two guards move in there.
Darian is very, very slow to walk.
I'm just chilling
Yes,
in the back
Darian
leaning up
is-
against the wall.
Darian is hobbling along with his nasty deformity.
I'm gonna
So-
be helping him.
I would say, don't
Okay.
worry about the necromancer thing, Jamie. It was a misunderstanding. I have learned.
Okay,
never,
good.
I never met a necromancer before. I didn't know they were all inherently the worst people in the world, but now
I
know.
have also I've never met a baby eater, but just the name. Just gotta.
Well, there was the
Boom.
whole logic of the ending of the beckonings and maybe the rising of the dead.
Yo, yo.
The Bajella
honest-
pudding
Reason of the
and
Honestly, dude, the antler, the leg, for me, your initial choices, just wrong over and over. So don't worry about it. I got you. Not trusting your gut instinct, but I'll help you walk through
Hey
this.
man, if I trusted what I heard about werewolves, would we like these people would have slaughtered us on sight?
Oh,
I mean, yeah, necromancy's bad. I
probably
understand
would have
that
taken
now.
our
There was
leaves before
definitely
they did that.
short-sighting on my end. Don't get me wrong, but these guys would have slaughtered
I-
us on sight. I don't take anything at face value. I think there's a little bit more to be learned. Plus, I wasn't necessarily sympathizing with the guy. I just didn't think we should have killed him as fast as we should have before we got more info out of him.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's different.
All right, so you guys make your way into the abbey here, led by these two guards. And there are pews, but they are just destroyed and shuffled about. There are two more humans standing up by the stairs here, and sitting against a bastion altar. Almost looks like a chandelier fell and smashed part of the altar. Is a man that actually looks like he's wearing fine clothes. They are tattered and destroyed fine clothes, but at one point they were very luxurious. And he's got a big, thick red beard. Human, again. And it's kind of seeing this whole group get in. He immediately stands and changes his shape into a werewolf.
Oh,
And he just came in right out with it, huh?
do you still have the fancy clothes on in his wolf form?
No, they
They're
rip.
shredded a little more. Okay, cool.
Because he sucks.
But yeah, so now he is in his wolf form, and he steps up and is he opens his big wolf mouth, and it doesn't move as he talks. It's almost like the voice projects out of the mouth, and he says,
What is this that you've brought me? What do I see here?
Yeah, hey, Wes. So this little guy here, this scrawny guy here, says he's got like potions and stuff that like can help us. So we brought him in here.
He has potions that are going to help us, you say.
And Malik kind of steps forward. He's like right in front of you, Arthur, and holds up the little green vial and says,
Yes, that is correct. My name is Malik Restoria. I am a potions master, and I have what I believe concocted a serum that will essentially cure or inhibit your lycanthropy. So this whole wolf thing that you got going on right now, won't be a problem anymore. You will be able to reintegrate yourself into society.
Doomlance looks back to you, Arthur, and goes,
Yes, let's insult the werewolf in front of us by calling it a wolf thing and see how it takes to that. There's only 5 of them in this room. Not particularly fun odds for us, if you asked me.
and so Wes
Daddy.
steps forward.
I take it the lot of you can vouch for this potions man that's before me.
Well, he seems well-intentioned. However, we did make the agreement with him that if you refuse to try this potion, we will be on our way. It is entirely up to you.
You willingly entered a known hostile environment unarmed. Rarely does a man, other than somebody who's fully convinced of what he's about to do such a thing.
Darian, give me a roll at advantage. I'm going to call Arthur's words help for you.
Oh boy. Thank God. The one roll was a 4, but the other was a nat 20, boys. So
Hey,
25.
alright. Let's go.
25?
Yep.
Explain what's in this potion to me. My tribe and I have been in this abbey now for the last 6 months, living here, feasting as we can, banished from your societies because you have decided we're not worthy for them anymore. We're too violent. We're too terrible. You expect that you're going to walk in here and cure us, which no one in their right mind has been able to do. I've been in this form for 5 years now, and no healer, no cleric, no priest has been able to take away the pain of this lycanthropy. And yet you
Yes.
want to stand there and tell me that you can help. Well,
Magic isn't medicine. I say from the back. Of course they couldn't help you. They didn't want to.
he speaks the truth. If they were taking very conventional means here, Dr. Watts is right. Nothing like that is going to help in any way, shape, or form. However, my potion, I believe, might be able to help you, or at least start to help you. The issue becomes it's not perfected yet. I need a test subject to bring it along. Something I can administer to all of your wolves at one point, and they can reintegrate into society. So you're trying to tell me that you're going to help me here. You're going to experiment on me. Or this one, or that one. Any of them, really. You take your pick. For your own
Oh.
little dog and pony show.
Willing participants only.
Willing participants. A willing dog and pony show. Is that what you're doing? Well, not like that at all. You're not circus freaks in any way, shape, or form. This is a means to help you right now. He looks over to the Gorg, your Doomlance buddy. What about you? You're an interesting lot. You look more ready to rip my head off than you do to help me. Doomlance just shrugs his shoulders. I mean to kill the lot of you if you don't agree to this, so take your pick, I guess. I could put this spear through you, or you can take the little man's Jello potion there, see if it helps out at all.
Those aren't the
So
only
it's
two
you.
options. You can say no, and we will leave. Doomlance doesn't speak for us.
Yeah,
Well,
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that. I was
the
like,
Gorg doesn't
that
speak
man
for
does
me.
not speak for. That man does not speak for me at all. If
the
he wants
Gorg
to
might not
fight you,
speak
that's
for
between
us,
y'all.
but he does speak for himself.
What about you,
Yeah,
Sentinel? If we have
exactly,
to if we gotta, cut a few werewolves down the sides, you join me, right?
You know, how we said earlier, this is the lot that I've chosen so far, and this is the lot that I'm going right now. Maybe another time, but this time I'm with these guys.
Respected. Wes just kind of glaring at Doomlance the entire time. I'm
Naturally.
not sure if I should take that as good honesty or take offense to that. Though there's one of you and 5 of us, and I have 5 more in my pack that will come to my aid with a moment's call. Remember that, Gorg, before we gut you where you stand. Potions, man. You just require one of us? Yes, just one. One to test out the potion, work out some kinks, probably test it again, work out some more kinks, and hopefully it will be better by the 4th or 5th incarnation. Make a roll here. He looks at you, Darby.
Oh, I'm just leaning up against the wall doing my thing.
You there, Dusk Elf. What's your opinion? If you were in my situation, if I were to come over, and he begins to kind of make his way
Of course he does.
over to you, Darby, walks right up to you, gets right in your face with his just drooling, like, snout, teeth bared. If I were to take a bite of you right now and give you the same bloody curse that has affected me for 5 years, would you drink that man's potion right there if it meant it could save your life? Do you fucking trust him that much?
Ooh, do I trust him? That's a great question, actually. You know,
You're
I
a gambling
can't-
man.
I am a gambling man, and I like to take chances and odds.
Right.
And believe me, I've been around gambling circuits, and if you don't stack the odds in your favor, you're never gonna win. He seems to be trying to stack the odds in his favor. I gotta give him credit for that.
You. Doctor. I'm sorry. I heard doctor, but I missed the name.
What?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
You're the only doctor.
Doctor
Potion
said,
man's not a
I
doctor.
don't know. I don't know if Malik's a doctor.
He's technically not. He's just a potion maker.
He's just a potion
Yeah,
seller.
so it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What's going on? What did you need?
So, how well do you know this man? Would you
Not at
vouch
all.
for him? Would you say
No.
I'm safe to try? You would not vouch for him. Why is
No,
that?
I don't. I have no idea whether his potion has any sort of work. He says he's tested it on a werewolf girl, but outside of that, I don't know much about it. I don't even know if he's actually done that. I don't think he's lying to me, but I don't know the guy. He's paying me, however, and thus that is why I'm here.
A werewolf girl. What do you speak of?
He kind of turns back to. I mean, he kind of asks all of you.
Malik,
Well,
it would be best for you to explain.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
yes.
thing for Malik
So-
to talk to you about.
Yeah, so there's a small child, about 5 years old, named Historia. I found her in the woods a year or two ago. And she is a werewolf, like you, but not contracted lycanthropy. She was born with lycanthropy, and her body is seemingly adjusted to lycanthropy. And that is what has fueled my desire to create this potion for you, and to help the rest of you, so that you can be integrated into society like I believe she can be. So there's a child, then. I figured all my people were sterile. We've been trying to increase our pack numbers, but with no luck. Which means that it is possible for werewolves to be born. And you've tested this and it has worked? Well, somewhat. I'm not proud of it, but yes, I have tried it on the girl, and it seemingly inhibited her lycanthropy. Well, this is an interesting situation I find myself in. Do I trust the man experimenting on a child with a supposed green potion that might cure me? Or do I look at you for what the lot of you are, a group of mercenaries looking for money, a gorg that wishes to slay me and my entire group, and you,
I am not a mercenary.
a small man that has brought me a supposed grail of joy, who can't back it up more than that some little girl, who I've never met before, who could very well be a brat that you glue dog ears onto, that you cut from a pup. Believe that somehow her lycanthropy just is better now because of this thing of yours. Well, I mean, you just would have to trust me.
You could meet the girl.
I
Maybe
could
could
meet the
arrange.
girl.
I mean, I don't. I mean, we didn't bring out here because we were told that you guys were dangerous. But I mean, obviously, you know, in a controlled setting, you guys have been nothing but friendly since we got here. Albeit there is an ominous tone about this place. It might have something to do with the building being in ruins, but neither here nor
Probably.
there. We
Well,
could probably arrange some
goodbye.
sort of meeting. I mean, if you're
As-
comfortable with that, Malik, I know you kind of oversee the girl. I don't want to put her in harm's
As
way
you
or
see
anything.
that, Wes immediately changes back into like his normal form, and he turns back to you, Darian, and goes,
That would be acceptable to me. If it's acceptable to this potions man.
Malik looks a little perturbed, a little frustrated, a little scared at this revelation.
But we
And
could
he
do it
thinks-
in town. A lot of people around.
I don't know if town will welcome me back.
You look like a stand-up guy. We'll get you some fresh clothes. Call it good.
That-
Yeah, change your clothes. Put
that
on a
could
hat.
work.
But I would need a promise from you that you won't lay a hand on the girl, not one. She's my ward, and I mean to protect her the best that I can. If you speak the truth and she is a werewolf, I won't lay a finger on her. If you're lying to me, Potions Man, I'll kill you first, and then I'll devour her in front of the rest of you, and your mercenary friends can have whatever they want from you at that point. How does that sound?
What?
I'm in on that deal.
You could kill the potion guy, but why do you gotta devour the 5-year-old?
To make an example of those who would try to trick me. But this is an acceptable deal for me. Is it an acceptable deal for you, Potions Man?
You know, Darian, you have a lot of hangups on a thing that we know he isn't going to do because we know she is a werewolf. We've seen her.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but
also said that they've been trying to procreate for a while. So what if she's just like, I got antlers, man.
You
Like,
do
I
have
don't know what I
antlers.
am at
But
this
what
point.
about it?
What if she's like low-key not a werewolf or something.
Okay, so Dr. Jamie's gonna be like, all right, well, you guys make up your decision on whether or not you guys are going to meet this girl. For as far as my purposes are concerned, I need to know right now, are you willing to take that potion, yes or no?
If the potions man speaks the truth, and there is a werewolf child, something I've never seen before, with him, I will take the potion and personally serve as his potions test subject.
Done.
Then.
All right.
All right, well then let's get going. We're burning daylight.
I assume this is in Bridgetown then.
Yes.
Yes, it would be.
Yes.
Interesting.
I haven't set foot in Bridgetown in 5 years since I contracted the disease. I wonder if my old shop still stands, and if the merchant next door, that bastard, has taken it over like he always wanted to. Well, potions man, lead the way. I'm interested to meet this child, or my snack, right now.
How tall is this dude not in his wolf form?
He's roughly like 6'1".
Okay. Well,
He's normal sized.
I have a spare set of clothes. Darian's 5'11". I'm gonna be like, okay, before we go, I like your fancy garb, but you should probably throw these on.
All right, so he does change, and just he doesn't care. He just gets super naked, and puts his clothes on right in front of you guys.
Good
He kind of has
Honestly,
he has an
probably seen weirder.
yep. He's got
Yeah,
a pretty
probably.
funky smell about him, but yeah, he's
Also, probably smelled weirder.
he's ready to
Oh,
go.
also
You guys
very
are-
hairy.
surprisingly in human form, he's not. He looks
Oh wow.
normal, completely normal.
You'd never be able to tell.
Because hairy people are abnormal.
Yeah.
Remember that,
Wow.
people watching the
He
stream.
looks
I
normal.
say that
Remember
'cause I
that.
am like the hairiest person.
Remember that, people watching the stream. If you're hairy, you are abnormal, and it should be
Remember,
something you
we are a
feel
pro hair
about.
group here. The Nick Hot Tub stream is our most successful stream ever, and there's just so much hair.
Oh my god.
No.
You would think because of his beard that he's a hairy guy, but shaved. No, I'm kidding. Shaved.
And now is a good time to let everybody know that we are sponsored by Manscaped 3.0.
Yeah, the new Manscaped 3.0 lawnmower.
Shaved.
Don't
Turn
forget
your
to get your
balls
ball
into a
toner.
bloody sack of disaster.
Wow.
Okay, let's
Oh,
go.
man.
All right. There
Manscaped
goes that
3.0.
It's the lawnmower 3.0.
Yeah, it's
it's
the
very
lawnmower
specific. The
3.0.
lawnmower.
Yes.
I
And it
want
comes with a wonderful
lawnmower.
Manscaped traveling bag, your ball deodorant, and your ball toner.
It's all about that ball deodorant, man. It keeps that chafe away.
Okay.
All right,
anyway.
back on the rails here, everyone. So if you are ready to leave, Wes is ready to leave.
Darby, the
Let's
moment he
go.
said he's willing to go to town, Darby was like, cool, my job here's done.
Do we get a
All
long
right.
rest on the way back?
Arthur will heavily sigh and follow behind the group.
All right. As you guys are leaving, Doomlance approaches you, Sentinel, and goes,
I don't really care about the potions, man. He's sort of built his own nest in this one. He's not lying here, is he? We aren't going to go there, and this thing is going to see this little human girl and try and take a bite out of her. Because if he does, I'm going to run my spear through its head and mount it before he can.
I've held her in my arms myself, and
That's a good joke. You don't have arms.
In
my
his
wings. You know, I've been around all of these people with
These
arms
jokesters.
so long. Yeah, you know, it's just what I call them now.
Yes, we're the strange ones.
Yes.
Says Dr.
Not
Watts
the giant
as he walks
chicken.
past. Yes, we're the weird ones. Continue
Yes.
on with your guys' conversation.
I would say I will kind of follow behind the pack with Darian Hips as limping form. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
still conversing, continue, but I just wanted to say that I'm going to be walking with Darian, and when you're done, I'll say something.
Doomlance is good.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have anything else for him, Sentinel.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I was going to I was kind of out of earshot of the rest of the group, kind of speak to Darian and say that helping Malik was one thing, but endangering a child I'm not okay with. So whatever this turned into, this isn't good.
Well, I wasn't okay with endangering the child. I was voting we kind of go back on it when he threatened to eat her. 'Cause, I mean, she
I'm not.
looked like a
This wasn't
werewolf,
me
but-
blaming you, Darian. This is me just saying I'm highly uncomfortable with endangering a child.
Yeah, I feel your sentiment 100%. So
We're walking a leader of a werewolf into a heavily populated city with his express intent being that if he is not satisfied, he will be murdering a young child. Half of me thinks that his satisfaction is just going to come from the fact that he knows he can repopulate. He seemed very interested in finding out that there's a young, birthed werewolf.
well, he did agree to take the potion if he meets her and is satisfied. I imagine there's something we can do about it if he doesn't hold up his end of the deal, but
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
afraid of.
they've seemed like decently well-mannered, albeit kind of aggressive, but I was told we were going to get attacked on sight, and they let us into what they're calling their home currently and heard us out for a conversation. So, might be me being an optimist, but I like to think that they're people and they're looking out for the best for themselves too.
I'd chalk it up to the former rather than the latter. I have agreed to more things that I have not gone through with than I have gone through with.
Fair enough.
And
All
Arthur
right,
will
you
kind of
guys.
solemnly continue to help Darian along.
Okay. You guys make your way in a few hours back to Bridgetown, with Malik, Wes, and Doomlance in tow. And Malik takes you to his shop. Obviously, a Gorg coming into the city isn't necessarily weird. However, Wes bears the face of someone who has attacked people from this town, and there is a definite sort of fear as he enter. Fortunately for you, the Vanitarian Guard are unaware of him since they're not from this area locally. But those that are residential to Bridgetown see him, and if they get a good look at him, there is an immediate look of fear and disgust on their face. They immediately go the opposite way. Malik takes you to their
Do we
shop.
notice that?
Yes, definitely. You notice that.
Could we?
Nothing new.
I guess I ask him, would you want to? I mean, people seem to notice you a little bit here, and I grab like a little cloth, and I'm like, you can make a little face covering if you would like.
Bother me. These people hate what my people have done for them, but my people have done what they've needed to survive. If we're cured or treated by this potions man of yours, my pack and I will move somewhere else, far from Bridgetown, where we can settle peacefully away from all of this.
If you need any help finding that, I'm sure we could help scope out a spot for you.
I would
There's a place
appreciate
called
it.
New Barovia that has a lot of open.
I don't know if that's here though. I'll have to hop a
I would-
dimension or two.
I would appreciate that, barring your group tells the truth here.
So
I promise we do.
We will see about that.
So after a few minutes in town, Malik takes you to the shop. Restoria's potions and other oddities. Turns to the group and specifically to Wes and says,
Well, this is my shop here. Historia is going to be inside, but I'm going to ask that you let me speak to her first. I don't want her to be weirded out or anything by you. Do whatever you
Is there
need.
windows?
there are windows.
Okay. Do they open?
Yes, they do.
To the outside?
Cool. Yeah, they open to the outside. Okay, cool. So I'm
they
gonna
would
be
swing
like,
out.
I was like, you can smell a werewolf, right?
I can smell a werewolf, that's correct.
I'm gonna open the window. Do you smell a werewolf in?
He kind of takes a few whiffs.
I'm not letting you in to where a kid is at. You're a murderer, but if you can smell a werewolf, you'll be able to.
I can smell something familiar, but I'm not satisfied. I will see the girl.
Yeah, bring her to the window.
That's an excellent idea, Dr. Watts. Excuse me as I go and fetch her.
And Malik enters the shop and immediately slams the door, and you hear a loud chink as he locks in. And Wes just kind of walks up and he takes 2 fingers and he begins rubbing them on the door. You can actually see his nails beginning to grow as it begins to scratch the door. And he just brushes the door lightly each time, waiting as Malik does something here. A few minutes later, Malik approaches the open window that Jamie opened and goes,
All right, I've talked to Historia. She has agreed to meet you through the window, but only through the window, and just for you to take a look at her. No conversations, no nothing. Deal? If that is what the child wants, that is a deal then.
and Wes moves over to the window where Malik kind of has ushered Historia. He puts her up on a little stool, so the child is about up to here on the window. Well, Wes is much taller and kind of able to be more square with the window. Yes, Jamie.
I'm ready in an action that if the werewolf guy West moves for the girl, I'm going to be making a push attack to knock him prone.
Okay.
And I
So-
will. I'm going to stand directly next to Sentinel on which side that I know now that I have clocked that he has a pouch. I will stand on whatever side his pouch is on, because I know he has the silvering potion.
So Wes doesn't get really close. There's probably a good because he's got Malik has a small garden in front of his shop, so he's got the small garden between him and the window basically. And kind of when you open it, Jamie, you just leaned over and pushed it open.
Mhm.
So he kind of looks at the girl and he sniffs a couple times, and you actually begin to see Wes change back into his hybrid form. His clothes begin to tear as his back arches, his entire body becomes furry and hairy. His snout grows to a long snout. His hands become elongated with huge claws. At his arms drag on the ground as he now faces this werewolf girl. And he's grown up to like 6'5", 6'6", and his mouth is just like snarling. Drool is coming down from his thing, and he kind of begins sniffing again. Historia's eyes are wide. She shudders back. Malik grabs her from behind to pull her back, but you see Wes grab onto the windowsill. Wes, if you would like to take your reaction, you can here.
Or Jamie.
If you would like to. I'm not sorry, not Wes. Jamie. If you would like to.
So he's moved.
He leaned over and put his arm in the windowsill, like kind of so.
Did he do it
Mm,
slowly or did he do it suddenly?
He just was like, bam.
well, yeah. If he's making a lunge towards the girl, I'm gonna push him.
Give me a strength check.
It'd be my athletics. That is a 20.
Ooh, not bad.
That is an 18 from him.
Yeah, so he lunges, and I'm gonna slip. I'm gonna knock him down on the ground, and I'm going to be like, watch your ass. I said what I said.
I didn't mean the girl any harm. I'm trying to get a better look, you fool.
He stands up,
Yeah.
brushes himself off.
Do you mind?
Well, let's
Yes.
I
ask
do
the girl.
mind.
Okay.
I do mind, actually, yeah. Don't make me put you on the ground again. I'm gonna step back and I'll be like, look with your eyes, smell with your nose. It's not that hard.
And he kind of brushes you aside. He didn't shove you, but he kind of steps in front of you and maybe uses his arm to block you a bit there, Jamie, as he kind of goes not up to the window again, but he keeps his distance. And he crouches down to look at kind of this terrified child, and he goes,
You smell like me. You smell like my people. You're not one from my back, but you're one from another, I can tell. There's werewolf in you. Werewolves have a specific scent. It's both of death and of life. once what you were and what you've become. You've spoken the truth, Potions Master.
And then you see Wes rechange back to his form of human again. His Darian, your clothes are toast completely at this point.
That's a spare set. It's
Alright.
fine.
He knew that when he gave them to him.
Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah.
You kind of knew that you
Yeah.
had it too. You knew you were gonna be losing those.
He looks at Malik and goes,
May I hold the child? Oh, like come in here and touch the girl. Embrace her. May I do that?
Maybe potion first, or
I will not permit that. You've already lunged at her once. Very well. I will participate in your experiment. And then when I am better, when you feel that I'm no longer, when all of you feel I'm no longer a threat, I will embrace the child. I will embrace something that I have never embraced in a very long time. My entire people have been searching for a way to restore ourselves, to become a family, to be our own people. This girl gives me hope. When you need me, you know where to find me, Potions Man.
and Wes turns and begins to walk away from the shop towards the city exit.
Arthur
Okay.
will unhinge his white-knuckled grasp on his scimitar and kind of flex his hand a little bit, not realizing how tightly he was at the ready.
I'm gonna.
Darby will just kind of flick his hand and dissipate the card into the air that he spontaneously drew, not realizing he had it out.
I'm gonna nudge Sentinel, and I'm gonna kind of like nod towards Historia, who's very obviously freaked out. Be like, hey, Sentinel, she likes you. You should probably go comfort her a little bit. Help Malik out a little. It's a very traumatizing experience.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I think that's a good idea. And I walk. The door's closed. Has Malik opened up and?
Yes, Malik has unlocked the door at this point to let you guys in. He is currently embracing Historia and making sure that she's okay right now. I mean, he's kind of in tears after the whole situation, just profusely apologizing that was that.
There's no need to apologize. And I lean down to Historia and
Apologizing to the girl.
oh,
Yeah,
That-
he's apologizing to
Arthur
Historia.
will think.
I was like, oh no, we're having a whole conversation about ethics. Like, yeah.
I think
no,
it's
like,
about
we're doing
time
a
we
whole
establish
bit.
a board here.
Like, we're doing a whole bit after this conversation is over. We
You
won't
can
do it in
do
front
all
of his
the-
kid.
yeah, you can
But
do
we're
all the
gonna have
doctor
that
stuff.
conversation.
Why don't I? And I lean down to Historia and I say, Historia, you want to go for a little ride around Bridgetown for a little bit?
Can ride the big bird?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh! And she immediately grabs onto your feathers and just climbs her way up. It's not the most comfortable feeling, Sentinel, but she has now mounted you like a steed.
Yes. All right. And
The war bird.
and I go, you guys can have a conversation with Malik. You could figure all that stuff out. I'll be back in a little bit, and then I trot around Bridgetown, take her for a ride.
The Sentinel leaves with Historia on his back, riding away. Something that no one ever expected to see. A small werewolf child riding a large chicken through a city.
A large orange chicken, mind you.
A large orange chicken. Only in Dungeons & Dragons, folks.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes,
What a
this
time.
is
This is
Baby's day out.
Yeah.
Baby's day.
Baby's day out.
So whatever that was, Malik, was not what we agreed upon.
No,
So
it's not.
whatever your payment was, I want more.
More? What do
Yes.
you mean more?
We protected the life of your child. That wasn't what we agreed upon. What we agreed upon was having a conversation. We were well within our right to leave you at their abbey during the discussion. We were told we would get payment upon a conversation. That conversation happened. We pushed it for you, and you, in short, endangered your own child, which we helped protect.
It was
I never intended for that to happen in any way, shape, or form. I didn't want Historia harmed. I thought Dr. Watts had a fantastic idea through the window.
Oh, yeah, no, I was making a lot of quick minute decisions here, especially because we are dealing with someone who experiments on children and then lies about it.
Exactly.
I am trying to
Yeah,
help her people.
don't think I forgot about that. You subjected a child that was under your care to experiments that you had no idea what they were going to do. I'm going to get into his face. It's like, now I've made a vow. I have. And that is to do no harm. Meaning that even though I could slit you from crotch to neck and watch each and every one of your organs flay across this floor and nobody would be able to know that I was here to do it, I am not going to do that. But you're going to pay me.
I will
You're going to pay us.
the group.
And then I am going to be sure to find someone who is more suitable to look after that kid.
I will pay the group the agreed upon sum of the 2 potions. If it gets you out of my hair, I'll give you 100 extra gold. Who's going to use it? Try and add an extension on for Historia. But you're not taking the child.
No, I'm not.
I
He
can't
walks
exactly
over.
say I want to be on babysitting duty.
He
I
walks.
was like, I'm not taking anything.
Yeah, he walks over, he grabs the oil of sharpness and the greater healing potion and 100 gold, and he plops it in front of you, Arthur, and goes,
Is this enough?
Yeah. I'm gonna grab it and just turn around and walk.
Dr. Watts, good luck to you on your practice and your mission.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Hmm.
I would turn
I've
around.
done
I'm gonna
what I think
turn
is
around.
best. Well, what are the
Don't make
two
me
of
come
you?
back here.
What are the 2
Then
of
I
you
just like
waiting
walk
for?
out with her.
he's kind of looking now at you, Darby and
Yeah.
Darian, and Doomlance. He already stepped out at this point once things started getting heated.
Well, what do you 2 want? Berate me more? Get
I just
out.
wanted to apologize for suggesting that he meet your daughter. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And
I don't blame you. I didn't want Historia involved in this way, but he seemed to latch onto it, and perhaps I've gotten a bit ahead of myself with my own aspirations.
yeah,
And I'm not going to stand around and be told that I'm a horrible person when I'm trying to help others.
well,
Perhaps there are people who want to have different ethics and a way to do it. But this is the way I've seen fit, and this is the way I will do it.
yeah, well, I mean, change the method. I understand that your intentions are good. That's why I agreed to help you. I wasn't really interested in the payment too much, to be honest with you. But Dr. Watts does bring up a good point. You know, you can have good intentions and bad methods. And I'm not going to berate you for it. Obviously, everybody's said things that have already been said. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. Definitely keep it top of mind. You can try to reconcile for that. I mean, obviously, you know, there could have been worse outcomes due to your actions in the past, but you probably you got pretty lucky, because what if the potion was extremely hazardous to Historia? You never know. And then that's a child that, you know, their life is on the line there. So I'd just say do your best to reconcile for it, and it sounds like that's what you're gonna do, but just don't try to reconcile by doing more questionable things.
If it means anything at all, I drank the potion myself before giving it to anyone.
It does set my mind at ease.
It does. It shouldn't. If it's supposed to affect
Yeah.
werewolves and he's not a werewolf, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh,
Darian's
can't say
kind of
that.
Darian's not the most
no.
smart guy.
I'm not in the room, so I'm not in the room. So I
He's
can
out
say
of the room.
that.
Yeah, the only ones in there right now are
Like Darby
Darian
and Darby.
and Darby right
Yeah.
now.
I'm just saying, as a person, that means nothing. Don't
I
trust him.
know. I know. Darian isn't the smartest fella. His intelligence is very low. Well,
Unfortunate.
best of luck to you on this venture. I hope it works out, and I think we've all learned a lot over the last couple of days here, so yeah. I'm just gonna hobble out of there with my tumorous leg.
That's
Right.
your nasty leg.
Yeah. I just have one thing to add. You started all of this.
If you're going to insult me, then get out.
You started all of this for the sake of helping werewolves. But who said they wanted your help to begin with? And then he'll just walk out the door.
All right. At Sentinel, you probably hang out with Astoria for a good like half hour while this is going on, and you return her back to the shop. Kind of once you see everyone's gathered out front.
Upon exiting the shop, I will hand Darian, Jamie, Darby, and Sentinel each their 20 gold from the extra payment we received. And then I will hand
Sweet.
Jamie the 2 potions. You said, are they of greater healing, DM, or they were just supposed to be
It's
healing?
one potion of
What was
greater
it?
healing and an oil
Yeah.
of sharpness.
Yeah, okay. So I'm keeping
I don't
the
need
potion,
this sharpness.
the potion
Yeah, I
of
don't
sharpness,
need
but I'm
this.
giving you the healing potion.
It was greater, you said?
Greater, yes.
Greater, yes, it's a potion of greater healing. You have one of those now.
Guys, dumb. Remember when we left and he gave us all those extra potions because in case we got to fight? I 100% not giving those back.
Well, there you go. You got some free potions.
Well, I mean,
We
part
got
of
a
our
lot. We got a lot of shit and 100 gold on top of it. So like,
I'm not gonna be able to hang out with that dude anymore.
it's probably
yeah,
best
nah,
you
that guy
avoid that.
sucks.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Historia climbs down from you, Sentinel, and she kind of pats your chest and goes, "Thanks, Big Bird," and kind of walks back into Malik's shop, unless someone stops her.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Before she leaves, I say, Historia, you still have that feather?
Yeah, it's in my room.
All right. Just remember, if you ever need anything, we're always there for you. Okay?
Okay. She
I'm
immediately
gonna
opens
before
the
she
door.
leaves, before she gets into the building, I'm
Hey.
gonna do the whole kid swap thing where we get down to their level. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Story, I'm Dr. Jamie.
One
I just
sec.
ask you
One
a quick
sec.
question before I let you go
Hey,
back
You
in
are
there."
you are
One
robotic.
sec. You got Robo voice
No.
right now.
Robo, don't
You're
make
good
me
now.
robot right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
You're
Okay,
good
so
now.
you get down on child's level to talk
Okay.
to talk to Historia.
Yep.
Gotcha there.
And I'm gonna say, yeah, like, "Hey, Astoria, I'm Dr. Jamie, and before we let you go back home, I just have to ask you like just a quick 2 questions here, okay?"
Mhm. Okay.
Has Malik ever made you do something that you didn't want to do that you were scared of?
He makes me eat vegetables, and those are gross.
Yeah, vegetables are gross. Has he ever had you take any sort of like drink or potion that wasn't a vegetable that you weren't sure what it was and it made you feel funny?
Oh, there was like a green one, but
Mhm.
but I had an upset stomach, so he gave it to me. It made me feel better.
Okay,
And then I
and that's what
wanted-
he.
Your stomach ache.
And then
I mean,
I
that's what
wanted
he was-
more, so I went and drank more.
Okay. Got it. And did he explain to you anything that he was doing with giving you these things?
Well, the first time he gave it to me to help my stomach ache, and then the second time he got really mad because I drank it, and then he kind of explained to me what was going on. And he says that it might make me feel funny for a little bit. And I felt funny for a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. I just want you to know that if you need anything, like Sentinel said, all you have to do is go to any of the people with the shiny armors and whatnot, and tell them to get a hold of the giant chicken that's walking around. I'm sure they'll be able to find him, and we will be able to come over.
Okay, I can do that. But I'm cool right
All
now.
right.
Thank you, though.
Okay.
If no one has anything else, she makes her way into the shop.
When she's in the shop, I'm all for making empty promises and lying to people bold-faced, but there's no way we're coming back here, right?
I don't know about no way, but we can do. It's like we could do something. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I have urchin background, so I can traverse the city pretty quickly, twice the speed as normal. Basically, what I'm gonna want to do is I want to go to like the port town, right? Port side of town.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna walk up to someone that we can trust that you guys already had talked to.
There's Gertie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gertie. Or
Yeah,
the innkeeper.
yeah. I'm gonna go. We'll go back to. We're gonna go back to Gertie, and I'm gonna say, hey, there's a little girl that lives in the potion shop. We're not quite sure if this dude is 100% cool or not. I'm gonna give you 5 gold, and you just have someone just keep an eye on it until the next time I'm back, and I'll give you. I'll give you even more than that. I'll double it.
Well, if you guys are at Gertie's right now, I'll just assume. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I'll take the money and have someone take a look at the girl. You said the potion shop? I didn't know there was a potion shop over there.
Yeah.
Apparently recent.
It's fairly recent. Her name is Historia, little girl. The guy, his name is Malik.
Okay.
Yeah. And if something crazy happens, document it, write it down, and when we come back around, we'll be able to look in on it.
Sounds good. I can do that. For
I
everything you gotta be
appreciate
done,
that.
though, you don't have to pay me the gold.
Okay. So,
Guys
well,
have been
then I
kind
won't.
enough. I can do a favor for you.
Yes, we'd appreciate it.
Of course, I'll get one of my best people on it. No problem there.
And
Thanks, Gertie.
Cool.
just in case, might want to invest in trying to get some kind of silver weaponry.
Silver weaponry. Talk about the werewolves up north? We don't really go up into the woods up there. It's a little too dangerous for us.
No, but one of them might be coming here.
Well, that's scary. All right, I'll see what we can get a hold of and hopefully protect ourselves.
Okay,
In the
I feel like it should be
meantime,
stated he's coming here to try to cure his lycanthropy.
Yes,
so I mean, don't kill on
but-
sight.
From what I understood,
But-
actually, Malik is going to be taking the trip up to West to treat
That
him.
is true. He is
Yeah,
right. He is gonna
so-
be
But
here.
just in
Werewolves
case,
not
if
coming
he
into
might,
town.
you never know. You know,
You never know.
Right.
You
he
never
might
know.
just come
The
to the city
idea
to
is
come
that
kidnap the
there
girl.
might be werewolves coming in and out.
Yes.
Just be aware that there's been a relationship formed between the potion shop and the werewolves to the north. So when we're asking you to watch this dude, just be aware that werewolves might be involved in some form or fashion.
And if things get a little aggressive or out of hand, that's where the silver swords come in play.
Exactly.
Put him on. See what we can get ourselves handle on. I mean, Silva's probably gonna be a bit trouble come to, but we'll see what we can do.
I'll hand her. I said, in the meantime, before you're able to gather those things up, he gave us this potion, and it might help you
Doomlance
out
is
in a
still
pinch.
technically with you guys, so as you go to offer him the potion sentinel, he just kind of looks at you and is just like, oh, whatever.
Your guys have silver weapons, Doomlance. Calm down.
We don't need them.
Regifting Indian giver.
You don't need it. You know it.
Oh, I appreciate it there, Sentinel. I'll let the guys know, and if I got some people watching out for that little girl, I'll give it to them since they'll most likely be in the up in the north there, or up on the west side.
All right.
Well,
All right.
glad that's
So-
cleared up.
You guys are now on. Since you talked to Gertie, you're outside her shack. You're on the west side, the working class side. What would you like to do as a party?
We want to go back over to the rich side because we're supposed to meet with Jayla and Darian's girlfriend to set up a meeting with the princess with Gertie.
Okay.
I'm gonna go try to
So
find
you
Jayla.
guys will re-travel back over to the west side where the all the
side.
peoples are. East side. And
Or-
you don't know where
I don't know.
Jayla went though.
Can we ask around?
Yeah, let's just ask around.
Sure,
Where's the
there's
champion?
merchants and stuff. Not in the numbers there were because of the Vanetier guard, but there's merchants and stuff still around the city.
I'm going to approach the nearest merchant.
He's some old kind of crone looking guy, and
Perfect.
he goes, "Oh, are you looking to buy something? Something sharp, something for killing?"
Not today, grandfather. Thank you for offering. We're actually looking to find out where Champion is holding up residence.
Oh, the white-haired girl, real cute one.
Sure.
Up there in the manor, the estate. That's where I saw her go.
Oh boy.
She stayed with the mayor like the princesses.
Okay.
Mighty looker she is.
Before you say
Yeah.
anything else creepy, did you happen to see a fairy with her as well?
I don't recall, honestly.
Great. I'm just going to turn and walk. I'm not going to even continue having a
Okay.
conversation with Mr.
Wow.
Creeper.
Poor Darian. His girlfriend's missing. I guess we'll have to go find her.
All right,
I would
so
like to just walk right up to the manor until I am stopped by somebody.
okay. So if you guys are following Arthur, you guys do approach the manor. It is there's some Vanetirian guards out front. As you approach, they immediately come up, and the one guy goes, he's in glittering like knight's armor. He actually has a helmet that's in the shape of like a bird of prey. And as he sees you, he pulls up the helmet. You kind of see a young man with kind of scraggly black hair kind of spewing out from the helmet. And he says, "This place is off limits to commoners. You'll need to turn the other way."
I'm going to look around, kind of look side to side. I don't see any commoners here. We're actually acquaintances of the champion herself, Jayla. We'd like to have an audience with her.
I doubt that.
I'm going to reach into my pouch and produce the deed that she signed over to us
Letter?
with her signature, and I'm going to open it and like put it like centimeters from his nose.
It is technically not a deed. It's just a letter saying that
Yes.
Joel owes you this
Her
property.
seal and
Yes.
her signature on it.
Yes. So he sees it, reads it, is suddenly taken aback, and it just says, one moment. And he goes to his other guard. They talk for a moment. The other guard rushes inside, and then a couple minutes later, Jayla steps out. Not in armor or anything. She's actually wearing just like regular commoner's clothes, like, pants and kind of a doublet. She kind of comes on out. There's still a sword at her side, and she just sees you and kind of cocks her head, and she goes, well, I did not expect to see you guys this quickly. Did you get yourself in some type of trouble already? Need me to bail you out? And
No.
before
Like her-
anyone says anything about my sword skills, don't. It's been a very long day today.
There would have to be some
read
sort
my
of
mind.
skills in order to talk about them, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
Wouldn't we have
Maybe
to
makes a
see them
good
first?
point.
Wouldn't we have to
We're
see them
looking
first?
to
I don't
get
know.
you into trouble rather than have us get us out.
Oh, perfect.
I have a quick
What in
question.
God happened to you, Darian?
Okay, out of character question here.
Yeah.
Fairy inspiration. Does that give you a bonus roll on saves?
Yes,
Your
it
girlfriend.
does, actually.
I'm like-
However, you have to complete a short or long rest to get your save. It will have worn off by the time you go to do that. It
Well,
happens at the end of your rest.
She could technically apply it at the end of the long rest within the time frame that it's available.
That's what I was.
Fairy inspiration.
She's not with
after-
her right now. It's just Jayla who.
This
Well,
is true.
I was gonna ask her after we have our dialogue here. I was gonna ask her where Aster is, and
Oh,
I imagine
Yeah,
something.
Darian's a
little homesick.
You feel a little sensitive. Your gal pal's not around there, Darian.
No, I think she can help me with my leg, and I'm gonna
Well-
point to my just completely disfigured, disgusting-looking leg.
I've heard of tripods before, but that's just insulting.
Ooh.
Anyways, the moment the guard came up and requested me, saying that this group of rabble-rousers had come out and wanted to talk to me, kind of figured I knew who it was, and so did Aster. She went to go freshen up before she came out here. I figured I could scoot you guys along before she came out, but you really want to see her?
I mean, it doesn't have to be right now, but maybe like early in the morning.
Ooh.
Rousers is probably the nicest thing I've ever been called.
I know.
Wow.
Well,
Early
you can
in
ask
the
her.
Shocked you've
You
been
can ask her
promoted.
herself when she comes on out. What do you guys actually need, though? I doubt you came here to deal with Darian's leg.
Is
Are
that
the
not a
guards
reason
are
enough?
the guards within earshot of us right now or no?
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna kind of pull her off to the side,
Okay.
kind of get out of earshot if we can, if we like walk and talk kind of a thing. And kind of explain to her that Gertie Hookslinger is looking for an audience with the princess, and we figured you could pull some strings.
That's the girl that's over on the other side there. That's kind of the de facto leader of the working class, correct?
correct. The one who was originally meeting with the mayor of this town before a fake uprising was started.
The princess was telling me about this. It's been a little hectic in the last day here. Why does she want an audience?
Well, because the uprising that was started on this side, that resulted in 2 buildings being burned and a series of deaths for the other side, wasn't started by the poor. It was started by the rich to incite a riot to stop the talks.
Interesting. So this Gertie wants to talk to the princess to see if it'll help. I'll be honest. You're talking about Princess Alma Vanetier. She would be second to the royal throne if her brother ever died. She's a royal member of the family. Getting an audience isn't necessarily going to be easy. I can try to talk to her.
That's all we
The
ask.
question isn't necessarily her. It's going to be the people around her. But I can do my best. You guys help me out. I guess it's the least that I can do.
That's all we ask for.
Okay, I'll go in and talk to Elma right now. Oh, exactly. 1 sec. Asked her. Give her a moment. I'm sure she'll be out in just a second. A couple minutes later, little fairy comes flying out of the thing. She's all made up. She's all looking real fine for a fairy. She just flies up and she's just like, "Hey, oh my God, what happened to your leg, Darian? What did they do to my pride? What did you do to him?" She just points at you, Darby. She points her finger right at you, Darby.
I had nothing to do with
Yeah,
this.
it was.
What
it was
did he do to you? Did he cast a spell on you? Did he say some weird mumbo jumbo? Or was it that guy? He points to Jamie, or she points to Jamie. He's new. Did you hurt him?
No.
You know,
Yes.
Aster, you should really stop pointing fingers before I do what I did to Darian to you.
Did do
Totally bunch of mumbo jumbo. I did all of that. Super bad guy here.
Spoke my spooky magic words. My evil dusk elf magic.
this. Yeah.
Ooh.
That is not wrong. But yeah.
No,
Aster just
That
flies
was
over,
part of
starts
what happened.
stroking your hair, Darian.
I'm gonna
What can I
kinda,
do
like,
for you? What do
push
you
her
need
back
from me?
I'm gonna push her back in front so I can talk to her. Like, listen, I got the stank eye from a fallen giant, and my leg did this.
I'm the stank eye.
It's
And-
not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not
You're
wrong.
not
It's
wrong.
Where's the
Oh.
incorrect part of that statement?
Continue.
You've,
I'm sorry.
You've inspired us in battle, and I'm hoping you can speed up my recovery.
Oh,
And you know, I'm kind of tuckered out today, but you know, first thing in the morning, if you could, I know you. You gotta be there before I wake up, and then if you could
First thing in the morning.
Oh,
literally the moment you
wow.
say that,
Fire?
Aster flies over to Jayla and just goes, he wants to spend the night with me. What do I do? I've never done this before. What do I
No,
do?
like,
And
come
Jayla's
over
just like,
early.
I
Literally
don't
what
know.
No, I
Literally
just
what he
come
said.
over early.
That is
I'm
what
gonna
you
go
said,
over to
Darian.
Darian.
You gotta,
I'm
Darian, you gotta work
gonna
on your
lean
phrasing,
into his
man.
ear. I'm gonna lean into his ear. I'm gonna be like, I don't exactly know what all of you guys are about.
It's not.
I just want to let you know
it's
anatomically
It's
you
not.
would kill.
It's.
I just want you to know. I don't know that about you. The antlers might have messed with stuff, and that's that. I haven't checked you out that way. I'm
You know what?
just saying.
Keep the limp,
would
Aster.
be
I'm
murdered.
sorry. I'm gonna keep my limp.
No. Help you.
All right,
When do you need
Playboy.
me
I'm
there?
gonna
I'll be
pat him
there
on the
for
back
you.
and we'll leave.
Don't. I don't. I need my space to make sure I get a full night's sleep. So I don't want you to stay the night. No.
Oh,
Just
okay. She's sad.
just be there in the morning to make my last few moments of sleep inspired, so it helps my recovery.
What would you like for breakfast?
Arthur's gonna wink at her.
You don't have to do.
We'll-
You don't
we'll
have
be
to
at the
supply
jagged
breakfast.
door.
What'd you say, Arthur?
I said we'll be at the Jagged Ore.
Oh, that's the place across the street where those nasty guys were flicking me around. Ugh. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be there. 7 a.m. sound good?
Sure.
Okay. I'll bring bagels.
Everything
How are you
bagels.
gonna? How are you
They're
gonna
his
carry?
favorite.
Hey, can you even
Bagels?
carry bagels?
You will
Oh, I'll
bring
try.
a half of a bagel.
Don't knock fairy strength, man. Like I said,
or
I
a
used to
bunch
know
of fairy
Larry.
bagels.
I used to know Larry the Lithe. He's captain of a ship,
True.
one of the
True.
strongest people I've ever known, and he was
Sir
more
turns to
than
Jayla and goes,
6 inches
Jay-
tall.
Hey, Jayla, can you cut a girl a salad and be my bagel carrier tomorrow? I can't carry a whole bag. Aster, I will carry your bagels for you tomorrow.
Ugh.
Okay, I'll be there at 7 a.m. with a whole thing of bagels and cream cheese. Okay, bye, Darian. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Well, sounds
I'm
like
just
you
gonna
set a
look at. I'm
date,
gonna look at
Darian.
Arthur and just be like, why do I feel like it would be better just to have this monstrosity on my leg forever?
The best part is gonna be when you
Murder.
still fail to save.
It would
Yeah,
be.
the best part's gonna be your son.
It
You
would
know
be
what?
murder. Just
Nah.
letting you know.
No, I wouldn't do it. Never
This
mind.
is
All
what
right.
it'd be like in real life if people could give us actual like quantifiable inspiration. Is we'd just be like begging for their company.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are gonna head back to the Jagged Ore and hang out for the night then.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're
All
gonna
right.
wrap
Anyone
it
want to
up.
do anything in the evening or anything?
I mean, pretty self-explanatory. I'm gambling. I'm cheating people out of their money in the Jagged Ore and hoping they don't try to fight me.
All right.
No, it wouldn't be the first
Darby,
time.
you made 6 gold.
Let's go.
No, I'm sorry, not gold. This is the
Oh.
Jagged Ore. You made 6 copper.
I'll take it.
Arthur is going to contemplate endangering a child and hate himself for it and go
Okay.
into a deep depression before sleeping.
Wow.
Jamie, anything for you?
Dang, real heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna sneak over to that dude's house and just
Malik?
double check again. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. When you go over there, if you go over there before going to the ore, they
He's
are
beating her.
No, I'm kidding. He is. They're making dinner. They're eating dinner right now. Everything seems normal.
Cool. All right. Then I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll check. I'll just watch for a little bit. Then I'm gonna head back to the place and.
Nothing changes too much.
Cool. Yeah,
Sentinel
then I'll go back to the Jagged Ore and be like, does anybody need medical attention? And basically just do doctor shit.
Actually, there's probably several people on the like poor side here that don't have real doctors, and you could probably help them out for a little bit if you would like.
Yeah, I would spend as much as the night as I could doing that
Do you
until
collect
it would be
payment,
like.
or do you do it for free?
No, that's free. No, yeah, I don't
Okay.
collect payment.
Sanders.
All right, so Jamie is doing doctor stuff to
Be
people
proud
and
of you. Bernie
gathering
Sanders would be.
gathering more good favor amongst the working class of Bridgetown. Sentinel, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, I think I'd settle in for the night. Not doing much, yeah.
And Darian, what are you doing?
Going to sleep. I gotta
All
time
right.
my sleep so that way I don't wake
Aster
up
can show
after
up.
7, but not too late after 7.
All right, so after a
7:15.
rousing night of gambling, depression, doctoring,
It's
sleep,
It's true.
and Sentinel, I already forgot what you said. I'm sorry. Whatever you were doing, sleep. Darian, you awake to a knock on your door. And if everyone remembers, the Bridgetown rooms are like these little shacks,
Yeah.
or not the Bridgetown rooms. The Jagged Ore rooms are these little shacks in the back of the inn. Knock on your door, Darian.
Okay. I'll answer the door.
Sorry.
All right. Jayla and Aster are there. Jayla is in fact not looking super thrilled, is holding a bag of bagels, and Aster is there looking fine for a fairy, and she's like, inspiration to you. You can
Is
make
it
your save if you want.
is it a D4 if I'm remembering?
It's a
right?
D6.
What's a D6?
Oh,
for
a
the
D6.
inspiration?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's a little bit better. I'll take those odds.
4.
I don't know. 15.
That makes it by 1.
Yeah.
But
good.
as you go and answer the door, you kind of look down at your leg and you realize that it looks okay at this point.
I was really hoping I wouldn't need to give you my amulet. I didn't want to spend the charge just for you to get your leg.
I'm gonna celebrate a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to Aster. I'm gonna go for like a huge high five, realize she's really small, and go high five.
Yeah, she high fives your
High
little
finger.
your finger. High finger. I did good, Jayla. Maybe I found my calling. Maybe I should go around and inspire sick people to make them feel better. It's something that I'd actually be good at. You know, Aster, you actually might not be bad at that. Oh my gosh. Darian, when we get married, I'm going to open up a clinic, and it's going to be fantastic for the two of us.
Big win.
Definitely open up a clinic for sure and help people. Rest of that, we'll figure things out. Thank you. I'm gonna try to eat a bagel so I can stop talking.
Just constantly shoving it into
So as the party kind of rouses and heads over to see if Darian's okay, you see Jayla, and she kind of, because you were talking to her earlier, Arthur, she kind of pulls you aside, as I think everyone's kind of like, hey, Darian, your leg's not screwed up anymore. And she says to you, Arthur, so I talked to Princess Alma. She has agreed to meet Gertie. However, there's going to be a lot of things that have to be done before this meeting can happen, and it might not happen for about a week or so. Can she wait that long?
I can talk to her. I'm sure she'd be willing to wait if she knew she could get a meeting with the princess.
She's here, you said, in a shack around here somewhere?
Yeah, I can lead her to you, or you to her,
I'll-
rather.
I'll find it. Don't you worry about it. You guys have done enough for me. I'll talk to her and let her know personally.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right, Aster. Come on, you've seen your man enough for one day. Let's let him breathe for a moment.
Oh, I guess the date's over.
Honeymoon's over, Darian.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Darian, if you're gonna be around for a while, you wanted to get some dinner tonight, I would totally be okay with that. I don't have any plans.
You no plans, but you're so fun.
Yeah, you're so fun. I
So,
do
so I
owe
was
you
wondering
one
if you'd like.
answer.
There's supposed to be this really good place to eat on the other side, and I was wondering if you wanted to go with me. Very easy, very small portions. You don't have to pay for one.
Wow, look at that! What a wonderful
And
way
a-
to repay
and a
her for
bargain?
all the help she's given.
Dang. You can't
I
turn her
was going
down.
to say before Dr. Watts woke up, I do owe you a little bit, Aster. But let's keep it platonic for now. Okay, we'll see what we'll see if anything develops. But keep it platonic. We won't call it a date. It's me saying thank you.
So that's a yes for tonight?
Yes.
Woo! Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna go do. Come on, Jayla. We gotta go do stuff. What do I do on a date? I don't know. I've never been on a date before. I got stood up by a pixie one time though.
It's not a date.
Jayla just kind of pats Aster on the head and just goes, Aster, I think the group wants to take off to high water here. Why don't we do your date when you and I go back to high water to do the stuff that we have to do there? Because they've got nicer restaurants. Everyone, they have nicer restaurants in high water, right?
Yeah.
I can't say I've never been.
Yeah, the Dr. Watts, they do. You've been there.
Tavern. I said if our tavern's chip shop cheap, maybe you'll be able to have your date here.
That Aster, it'd be like an in-home cooking date for you. Oh my God, those are the most romantic. I'm okay with this. Okay, Darian, you wait for me, you animal, you.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks again, Aster. I'm just
A little on the nose with that one, Aster. Come on.
Yeah. Insensitive.
Giant chicken. guy who
One
has
giant
sex
chicken,
with
and also the antlers.
Aries.
Come on,
Where are you drawing these conclusions,
Just
Dr.
it
Watts?
can't.
totally
It can't
speechless.
just.
Like the first time in his
in
life.
my note. This is my my medical journal that you do not have access.
I'm about to sneak into that journal and cross out every instance of guy has sex with fairies that you've written in there, which seems like 20 times at this point.
Just every page for every day. It's written there at least 3 times.
Still doing it. Still making that happen.
So Jayla and Aster bid their farewells again and head off to find Gertie. Your group is free to head off to Highwater if you would like to.
I think that's what we'd like to do.
Yeah, I can't
Right,
think of
team?
what else to do here. I mean, the money's not too great here,
Ooh.
so.
That's where our,
Um,
that's where our next gig is at.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind buying some more arrows before we head out.
Yep. So if
Understandable.
anyone wants to do any shopping specifically here in Bridgetown, let me know which side of town you would like to buy your items from. Send me a message and I will give you the price and we'll just do it off stream because no one likes shopping episodes.
I think I
Okay.
remember
Yep.
you mentioning, Ethan, that Bridgetown is not large enough to sell bullets.
They
for
do not have
pistols.
pistol bullets.
That's what I
No.
thought.
You might be able to get them in Highwater though. So
Technical,
as the party does their shopping off camera and finishes that off camera, they set out from the gate to Highwater, where they will hopefully claim their inn. And with that for the night, everyone, I think we will end things.
Yeah.
We
Thank you
did
for watching.
it.
Bye,
We are
chat.
moving on to the next big arc of the game. So look forward to it,
Wow.
everyone.
Look at all of us
Yeah.
doing cool stuff.
Doing cool
Also,
Talk
I'd like to
down a
point
whole werewolf.
Yep. Also, I'd like to point out this is our 10th episode, so
Whoa,
That
look
is
at
true,
that.
yeah, we're at 10.
We did it.
Yeah.
Like a good 30 hours in.
And I gotta
let's go.
update the thumbnails because of Jamie.
yes, you
Yeah.
do. You do.
Yeah.
It'll be alright.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
It'll
Good
take
night,
a couple
everyone.